I'm just having all types
Having a rough night?
of. What? I'm having technical difficulties over on
Oh
my end
no.
with
Oh no.
my audio and everything.
Oh. And yesterday was such a fucking amazing show. Such a triumph. You were kicking ass. Go figure. Well,
Anyway,
I'm sure it'll clear up in just a minute.
well, no, I had to adjust a few things,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so
Well,
frustrating.
that's
You have
okay.
something set up and it just doesn't work properly. How am I sounding, by the way?
You sound clear as a bell.
Okay, okay,
There's a
but
tiny hiss, to be 100% honest, a tiny hiss, but nothing, not you. You are coming through great. Just
uh,
behind you when you stop speaking. But it's nothing. Maybe your
yeah,
microphone, your brand new mic isn't clicked in all the way, possibly.
no, I don't have a brand new mic.
Your headset. Isn't that a headset microphone deal?
Yeah,
You
but
know what I
I don't use that. That mic doesn't get used. The mic that I use is the USB mic,
mean.
the
Oh,
one that I've always
all right.
been using.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it looked fucking
Oh,
badass, too. I meant to tell you, you looked really tight yesterday. Brand new headset and everything. Looks super.
uh, okay. The chats. We have lovely Sherry first. We got Hakame. He says he likes a spicy soup, and lovely Sherry has ramen soup. Well, you can live on ramen, but I don't know for how long we even want to. And we have Epsilon Minus. Hello, Epsilon Minus. Saying hello. What's up, Wookiee
Good evening.
Supremacy? Good to see you, Wookiee Supremacy. And Tiki Doom saying Kapla, son of red shirt. Hmm.
Cheers, everyone. Hope you're having a great night.
So it was, I believe you were over at Captain Marty Spock. Were you on his channel for a while? Is he still
Who?
alive? Captain
Me? Were
Marty
you speaking to
Spock.
me?
Captain Marty Spock.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't there tonight. I do know. I think Pop Culture was by, and Carol's Cookies.
I could have sworn
You know that.
I
I
saw
think
you.
he's.
I could have
I
sworn
think
I
he's
saw
been
your
going.
avatar. Maybe it was his.
No.
Maybe.
Well, remember we got
Like,
similar avatars. He and I. The only reason I don't use it when I'm on your show or whatever is because he kind of co-opted it on me. But he really loves it. So
uh-huh.
what the hell? I just, for lack of confusion, I go with the purple man falling through space. But what can you do?
Oh,
So, Bill, you hear anything back from people about last night? Because I was stopping by different streams. So I heard you were getting shout outs on Captain Trek this morning, even. They were talking about Carol's Cookies was going on about what a great time she had last night. Everybody had a great time last night. That
yeah.
was, you knocked
Everybody
that
had a
one out of the
blast.
park. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It certainly was. Uh, good times. And
Yeah, big blast, a lot of fun. Nina was in there for a while. How's she feeling today? I got the feeling she wasn't feeling to 100% last night.
yeah, she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She took a friend. She went around earlier today. She went out and took a friend around to do some errands. And,
Right. Okay, super cool.
I had a hiccup with the searchers that I played earlier today.
Oh shoot! What kind of hiccup? What happened?
Oh, just constant buffering, and
That's
I don't.
tough.
People sometimes think it's the Cosme app. I don't think it was the Cosme. I think it was the source that I was streaming my movie from. So
Oh,
I think I
okay.
think I think the problem lies with that, not Cosme. So I think it's a little minor misconception, but Hey, we got through it, and it was a good movie. Because
Wasn't it?
yeah, it was. It was entertaining. It was fun.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
fantastic movie, Bill. I really, really wish I could have been there for you today because you picked one of the great all-time westerns, John Ford's Searchers. The cinematography, the acting, the storyline in that. You're a bit of a low-key Star Trek fan, I know, but for anybody out there that doesn't aware, that was an early Jeffrey Hunter performance.
yep,
Jeffrey Hunter, who was the original captain of the Enterprise, Captain Pike
yep.
himself from
Captain
the
Pike.
pilot
That's
series.
right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pike, and he was playing a young mixed-raced Native American that, as I recall, I've seen that movie so many times, and so many great actors, classic actors too. Ward Bond, for example. There's that guy who's been in a hundred classic great movies. But what is your favorite scene in The Searchers? Now that you've just seen it.
Probably the fight scene. That scene was, but they were all like gentlemen like, but they get into it and then they didn't get into it again. That was amusing. You know.
That no, absolutely great scene. Possibly the most iconic scene, if you don't mind my mentioning. And this has gone down in like 100 film history books and such like, was the ending, the last scene. That absolutely heart-wrenching scene that John Wayne has brought the family back together. He's healed the wounds. He's traveled. He's done the pilgrimage. He fought the fight. And right at the end, he doesn't feel that he's earned the right to go back and join the family. He turns around, he walks out into the desert, they close the door behind him. And it puts a lump in my throat every time. But my personal favorite scene, it has to be the charge on the Indian village. The cinematography in that, the action, the power, all those horses just raging. It made you feel like you're there. It's just beautifully, beautifully filmed movie. Hey, pop culture curator, how you doing there, pal? Mega Cropper too.
Yep, Mega Cropper in the house.
And Keely Chow coming in. How you doing, mate?
Hail, Keely Chow. Roll Tide, brother. Roll Tide.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. That's from Rawhide. Wrong movie, wrong series, wrong franchise, rather. But you ever watch any Rawhide, Bill? You're a big Western fan. You ever seen any of those Clint Eastwood as Rowdy Yates running around, that show from the late 50s, 60s sort of thing?
Yeah, I remember watching the syndicated reruns here and there.
Yeah. We didn't get it up here. This is more stuff like came by on DVD and stuff, or would show up on specialty channels. It's Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Western Talk, yeah. But an absolutely fantastic, solid choice. Can we get a preview? Have you put any thought into next week's Sunday Western Cinema? Now that you did one of the greatest of all time, well, what's next? What do you envision?
Well, I'm doing a more modern one with starring Kurt Russell. I'm gonna try to attempt Bone Tomahawk again.
I didn't quite catch that. You broke up for a second. That's probably my shitty internet. Sorry
Bone Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk. Oh, that's a good choice too. Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
it's a newer film.
Yeah. That's not. Have you seen The Hateful Eight?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I have The Hateful Eight, as a matter of fact.
Made roughly around the same, only a few years between those two. But
yeah,
a lot of fun. Yeah, you got a real love for Westerns, buddy, and I love you for it. Love anybody that loves film, and you got a real big heart for the Westerns, the horrors, the stuff like that. It's I envy you.
We really wish we'd raid Cockney Stream, even though we just started here.
Oh. Oh. Should raid Cockney's channel. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love that. Quigley
Yeah.
Down Under. Quigley. I think a slight typo there, Mega Cropper. But yeah, Quigley Down Under. There's another great film. Darn straight. That Tom Selleck. That is an underrated Western. You've seen that, haven't you, Bill?
Oh yes, that's a great Western. Even though take
With the
making
legendary Alan
Outback.
Rickman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there goes the kitty cat.
Wow. Bill, feed your cats.
I got my new show set up for tomorrow.
Yes, I saw. I hope everybody else got the notification. I love the. Is that going to be a static logo, or is that going to change all the time? Like, is the world going to be your logo now? The world is your oyster, sort of thing.
Well, it's for greetings from planet Earth. Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's going to be pretty much going to be the blue marble.
Oh, the big blue marble. I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, if I may interview you for a second on your brand new show, if I may be so bold, because I'm very interested. I've been looking. You've been telling me about this for a while. You've had this. This has been on the cook pot for. This isn't just some whim. You put a lot of thought into this.
It's still is under construction. Believe it or not. But
no,
I was like, instead of holding off another week, I'm just going to roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to roll with it like I normally do. So
this is like Bill during the day, which should be a great experience to see. Most of us know you from Insomniac Soup, of course, where you you basically rule the night from your lofty perch here at Jedi Bill Central. But what's going to be different? What are you bringing to this show? What is going to be, as opposed to, say, all the time you spent with Insomniac Soup, your karaoke,
this
your
is just
morning
a
blend.
prime time early show before the soup, and I'm going to keep it topic driven and try to keep the length under 2 hours. Under 2 hours.
Nice, tight
around
ship.
2 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. What will you be focusing on? Is this going to be news, entertainment, pop culture references?
It's going to be pop culture. It's current events, everything. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. So almost, if I may be so bold, kind of like the soup early, almost, because you with the soup you're always so flexible. You're always ready to go roll with the punches and stuff. I have no doubt you're going to bring that spirit to the new show.
And the soup is an open panel, open panel stream, and I'm gonna keep the greetings from planet Earth guest driven, not open.
Right. You're going to be looking for specific people bringing their knowledge, their talent, their expertise to your show.
For the most part, or people, friends, people and friends that I know who can help collaborate on the topic of the stream. Yeah.
Right.
And hello, Kai. Hello, Kai. How are you doing, Kai?
Oh,
Kai
yeah,
MFS
absolutely.
is in the house.
Good evening, brother. Welcome. Good to see you. Pop culture classics, pop culture curator. Sorry, pop culture. I don't know you normally to play blue. Look at that. Sorry, Selleck sucks. Socks that smell. That's an unusually aggressive stance for a dear friend. Pop culture curator is normally open to most everything in pop culture. I loved Magnum PI. I did. That was one of the shows from my childhood. I got nothing bad to say about him, but we obviously take a different opinion. Captain Marty Spock.
Captain Marty Spock, hello. Good to see you, brother warrior. Good to see you. Same with you, pop culture curator.
The sadistic nun. Someone's been reading my diaries, my fantasy books. Sadistic nun. So just to quickly summarize here, Bill, with the new show going forward, It's going to be static. It's going to be same time every day. Is this a 5-day-a-week show, 2-day-a-week show? What's the schedule?
I'm gonna take it Monday through Friday,
Monday through Friday.
which is
Okay.
going to be quite daunting come Wednesday because I'm going to start up a karaoke stream. So I'll be doing 2 streams back to back on Wednesday. I'll have the
Oh,
greetings from planet Earth, and then I'll have a karaoke stream, and then I'll have the soup. So it's going to be busy, 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 busy,
that's
busy.
work. Look at you. Work, work,
Yeah.
work. You are producing.
Well,
Good, man.
and we're gonna get a steady rhythm of consistency going. That's the key
Mhm.
right here. The key of consistency, and said a little less sporadic. You know. So
Right, right.
it should be
So
good. You know, a good time should be have.
I got no doubt, brother. I got no doubt. And with
Right.
guests, static guests coming in, it's more of a closed panel show. That's right. You're going to be
Right. Yeah.
focusing on specific people in the community, in our happy little corner of fandom, working
Yep.
thing. That's amazing. I can't wait. I'm going to be there front and center. I hope everybody else is too. This is exciting because I know you've been really excited about this, and I think it's a wonderful idea, and the timing too. You know, here's a
Yeah.
plus for us on the East Coast time. I believe that's going to be 6 p.m. that you're going on. Central, what time is it? You're Central, right, Bill? So what time is your
No,
show?
I'm Mountain Time. I'm Mountain Standard Time.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're Mountain Time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm starting it at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Oh,
So that's roughly
I'm
7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Central,
Mhm.
and
okay.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7 p.m. Eastern. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Because when the notification comes for me, they tailor make it to my time, right?
Yeah, yes, that's something that YouTube has always done.
Right. Yeah. So that's excellent. So it's 2 hours. It's a tight ship you're running. Not going to be a lot of overflight. You're going to be hitting people with the current news of the day, the entertainment news of the day, and interviews. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Have you got an opening yet, or are you still working on that? Because I know you were.
I'm still working on that.
Right. Well,
Still working on that. That's the part that's still under construction. We'll get.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, good for you. I am very psyched. So, and last question though, with you juggling your finger in so many pies and such like this, will the soup be running? I'm sure people are questioning with all this extra workload you're giving yourself. How's this going to affect your flagship show, Insomniac Soup?
Oh, the soup will still be there. The soup will still be there.
Soup will always be there, right? I know you love the soup. You're a late night guy. You like hanging out and being sociable all night long. Yeah. Sweet, sweet Jedi B. You're working hard. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what's news in the world today? You catch anything? The Searchers, of course. You had some great fun with that. I was very glad to see you embrace a bit of John Ford.
Yeah. Anything
else you got? That's it. The show's over. Okay, folks. Thanks for showing.
No. I was thinking on occasionally doing adding. I do the Western cinema and action cinema, but and sometimes I need to get back my buckets of blood or pails of blood, as Yvette likes to call them.
I thought it was puddles of blood.
It's buckets of blood. That's my horror-driven movie stream.
Right. Well, that's kind of how I came to know you. All that time ago. You're an veteran fan of horror, very knowledgeable on the subject. I know, and not just passing pop culture, anything new. Like your love for horror goes way back. You know the Universal horror monsters. You know all those.
Oh, yeah.
You've been there. Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman. Lon
Yep.
Chaney, all the big names, Boris Karloff.
Well, I grew up. My idol was always always Count Dracula, of course.
Mhm.
From the Universal Count Dracula.
Right.
Oh.
The Universal Count Dracula. There's so many iterations of Count Dracula. Christopher Lee did wonderful work through those Hammer films. The British Hammer horror movies. Christopher Lee made a great Count Dracula. My money's on the original, truthfully.
Mhm.
Like that, when I think of Count Dracula, the Todd Browning's original work, whom I remember we were there at your movie night when you did Dracula last year. Wonderful, wonderful film. Beautifully shot and expertly acted the whole way around. Absolute class job. You like that old school vampire, the well-dressed, the intelligent. So what do you think of vampires today? I know you've taken your share of teasing because you, in a good-natured way, you lost a bet and you tried to honor it by watching all those sparkly vampire movies, and they've haunted you ever since, you poor man.
Yeah.
But in the evolution of Dracula, to somebody with your knowledge and experience on that subject, how do you feel? What were the mistakes they made, and what were the good things they did? What do you love about Dracula to this day?
The mystery, the lure, the fact that he's nocturnal, it's kind of like me.
Yeah.
Thrives at night and must go into be a reclusive during the daylight hours. That's pretty much me.
You identify like that. Thank God that's what you identify with, insomnia, as opposed to drinking blood, Bill.
Yeah.
But with today's crop of vampire, were you ever a fan of, say, Joss Whedon's been taking a bit of a beating in the press, but we're both old enough to remember how popular Buffy the Vampire Slayer was when she came out. She was on the TVs for 7 or 8 years, and then they followed that up with Angel. Angel that I came in too late in the last 2 seasons, but I really enjoyed that show. I found myself surprised how much I was enjoying the action of that. But they're so different to what the OG vampires were. Do you feel it loses something, or is it gaining something with the younger mentality?
I don't. I think. I don't know what to think. I think maybe that might be losing ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you've always been a bit of a purist. That's one of the reasons I like you. So I understand that completely. Vampires and me have a passing relationship. I don't have the love for them you do, but I do definitely find, cinematic-wise, they definitely have their place in history. Their honored place in history. Those Universal films really did set the template for so many wonderful stories, adventures, and tales that came down the pike afterwards. But so what's on your mind today, buddy? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just excited for the week.
Right.
Know?
Sunday, that's the truth. I guess you will be. You've got with the new show and everything geared up. Do you have any guests lined up? Anybody special that's going to be coming by to the new show this week?
Right now, I haven't got any guests, so I hope that falls into order. I'm gonna invite certain guests and see what happens.
You and I both know at least a dozen people that would be happy to jump on your show at any time and pitch in hand to hand, buddy.
Because the title of the show tomorrow is movies that just kick ass. The type of movies that just make you want to scream at the top of your lungs, just say, "Oh God, that movie was great! Oh yeah!" That's
Speaking of scream at the top of your lungs, look who just dropped in. Pop culture curator. How are you, pal?
Hey,
Doing-
Pop Culture Curator.
Doing good, guys. Good to see you all. I wanted to drop in and say hi. I was over in Cockney's channel. He's going on and on and on. But I told him I wanted to come over and say thank you for last night, Bill. Thank you for having me on the panel.
Thank you. Thank you. we still had a problem with Di-Fi.
Oh, I'm sure you did. What else is new? You know, I was telling Cockney earlier, as far as for the person and for the man, for the person he is, he's probably a nice guy, but he comes on when he's drunk and then he can't control himself and he just attacks everybody in sight. And
well, no,
I can't do that.
The problem is that he was being unresponsive, and I kept on asking him.
Well, he did that for attention.
Back to him.
He did that because he wanted everyone. He was doing that intentionally for attention, Bill.
Well, I don't know why he was.
He came on. It would be like me
Doing it.
coming onto your stream and then just muting myself and ignoring everything. That makes no sense, right? So it was intentional.
No.
Because
Okay.
after once he did come on and you said, "Oh, once he did come on and unmute his microphone, what did he do? He started blaming you. Say, "Oh, nobody lets me talk. Nobody lets me do this. Nobody lets me do that." It was all for attention. He must be wearing a bra and panties.
Hey, Dialect 451 in the house. What's up, Dialect?
Glad you followed me over, Dialect. We were over. He was also over at Cockney's channel.
Oh.
Or is it Cockney anymore, or is it Marty or Maria? I can't remember.
Kind of lost count, unfortunately, but
how do you? I wonder.
I believe it's currently Captain Marty's spot.
Captain
But
Marty's
that's
spot.
always subject to change.
I don't know if it's a captain anymore, is it? Possibly, but I guess it was a major or something last time.
I think it's captain.
Okay.
How come there's a recurring thing in our corner of fandom here with guys, and it's generally like Star Trek guys or Star Wars guys. Occasionally, someone like our good Mr. Spock's a bit of an outlier in that. Well, I guess he is a Star Trek guy to be. Everybody gives himself a title. Like you see guys out there. There's an admiral. There's a captain. There's this and that. Nobody ever gets like side promoted, or nobody ever gets bumped back. You never hear that. You never hear like, I was Admiral Styles from Admiral Styles Star Trek Gaming. Well, I got caught hanging out with a yeoman that I shouldn't have. Now I'm Corporal Styles from whatever. Right. It's always a forward promotion. Is what I'm saying. Never works for me in life.
Well, especially when you're self-promoting, right? So when especially when you're promoting yourself. I should change my name to Deckhand.
Deckhand. First mate, helper class. Darius Munchausen, how you doing?
Third class, right?
Hey, Darius.
Hey, Darius.
Darius Munchausen was at the after hours karaoke party.
Yeah,
singing like a champ.
We had some great times, brother. Didn't we?
Bill, I heard about his little singing last night. I'm gonna be checking that out. I got the timestamp and everything. I'm all ready to go.
Oh, good.
I like Tiki chiming in here.
I don't think it's
sorry. I just had to say Tiki of Doom writes of Doom is an official rank. Oh, I did not know that. That's Tiki is the title and of Doom is the rank.
I stand corrected, sir.
Say,
Tiki of Doom may be a not a guy. So I apologize. Not to mean to say sir, but I agree with you.
Right. Well, you know what? You're right. It is kind of a ubiquitous title. I love it though. I love Tiki stuff. All that Polynesian. Don't see how freaky the Tiki gods can be. I can't remember that song, but that's a line from the song. Don't see how freaky the Tiki god can be. Kapla Darius. Kapla.
Yes, Bill, you're going to be having another karaoke on Wednesday, but unfortunately, I will be on the road working. I won't be able to join you. I'll try to stop by on the chat and say hello.
Hello, Sadistic Nun.
Oh, Sadistic Nun, Bill. Sadistic Nun.
Sadistic Nun.
Yeah, Sadistic Nun followed us over from Cockney's channel. Looks like we're starting to see some of those people over here. Cockney Raid.
And welcome there. Xerxes Casanova.
Is
I love
Cockney
that
still
name,
going on, or is he
Xerxes
wrapping up,
Casanova.
guys? God, people are still talking about Boba Fett. No lives. That's my explanation. These people must have no lives. They spent hours and hours and hours talking about a crap show. So I don't get it.
What was how long were you over? How long were you over with Cockney there, Pop? How long was he running tonight? 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's been going on
He
for
likes
at
a
least
good
5
long
hours. Yeah, at least 5 hours, and he.
Hey, there
6.5. Hey guys.
What's going
Patch out of
on?
hell. Okay.
Yeah, I got a DM from Bill saying you are tiny. I will crush you like a bug. Kill your stream and come on mine or die.
Get your ass over here.
No, I took
Hey,
a
Bill.
nap because I was up all night having a blast with the after hours karaoke and
Raid on Bill. More listeners coming. More panelists coming. Look out! Check out the British are coming. The British Dalek is coming.
Hey, just another red shirt saying, "Hey."
Phil said good night. Good night, Phil. I guess he can't hear me, but he was great tonight. It was good to see him on the panel.
Phil? Oh, Phil.
I think it was a really good show. I think we had a strong show and we quit while we were ahead.
Yeah, we had a lot of good subjects. It never got boring. It was really great. I think a lot of variety.
Oh, awesome. Sorry, I
Mega
missed
Cropper.
it. I had to take a nap.
Mega Cropper in the chat says, perhaps the captain can answer accusations that he is running an echo chamber. I agree.
and I am unanimous in that decision.
Yeah, no other opinions here. You will agree with me, or I don't want you on the show.
Hey, Dalek.
Hey, hey,
Dalek.
How you doing?
Not too bad. I've only been awake for about an hour and a half.
What time is it there, sir?
It's just gone 6:30 in the morning here.
Wow.
Well, good morning to you. Good morning.
Thank you.
That's right.
That's very cool.
Good morning, Sherry Day. Welcome.
Yeah.
Just another red shirt. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Carol's Cookies too. Hello, sweetie pie.
Hello,
Debbie,
Carol.
come on up, Debbie. Debbie's been doing a sterling job producing on my channel. Shout out Debbie's Biscuits.
Absolutely.
No, really happy with today's shows, folks. We had some serious talk and some knobbing about. It was a really perfect balance.
In today's show there, Cockney, what was your lead? What was the most salient topic of the day? What was the hot button topic?
Fuck, it was so long ago. I can't even remember. Pop culture, what did we start? No clue.
Time travel, usual, replicant. Lola's run, Lola run, potato chips.
We did,
tea.
yeah, I don't know about first, but yeah, good one, pop culture. We got even deeper into time travel versus parallel universes versus the repeating day.
We were talking about crisps when I got in.
And then we went to crisps and also, which is the better term, knickers or panties?
Yeah.
Edibles.
Okay, I'm going to admit this. Even though knickers is the British term, I kind of prefer the word panties.
That's it, pop culture. You owe me $5.
Well, there was a $5 bet on the line, huh?
Popri, quite right. You know, we had the amazing Ploxer and others in the chat, but some great chat knocking about. Brilliant. Good day.
Yeah, Ploxer in the chat says a potpourri of a stream or a cornucopia of crap, I guess.
Oh, nicely put. Oh, you're a poet.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're just the warm-up act. Jedi Bill is the real deal, the main event.
Yeah. Well, this is a soup where the ingredients is what we put into it.
Bill, I do have to tell you, I would like to hopefully join you again for a quick karaoke because I was actually all excited last night. I wanted to do Hot Patootie. I was all ready to go. I had it all queued up. I was going to actually attempt it. which I've never done before.
Oh, I think I did. I think I did that. I think I did.
Did you keep along with the lyrics? Did you see all the words?
Yeah. Yep.
Hit it, Bill.
It was a first time run, and I might have missed a few bars, but hey.
Well, it is a difficult
I'm not a
song.
professional. Yeah. And it's very, very fast paced.
You're not a professional? What are we here for?
Not a professional singer. Not a professional singer.
Oh, I was wondering why I didn't see a dancing pole in your house.
I thought every house had a dancing pole. I am the dancing pole in my house.
Yes, thank you for subscribing, Black. How do you pronounce this name?
And Bill, in case you're wondering, the one song that I did perform last night is in the public domain.
Oh, okay.
Right. I don't know about all the rest of you guys did, but mine was in the public domain. If that ever matters or cares. Got a new sub there, Ploxford. Very cool.
That's what I was a bit worried about yesterday when we were doing that. Because it's karaoke, does the whole copyright thing matter?
Yes, it does.
It does matter, but
yeah, Midnight's Edge got shut down a few times when they tried a karaoke channel. I think that's why they stopped it. But now they have Midnight's Edge Radio after dark, so I don't know.
Hail Jason Lee Tucker statement. Good to see you.
Welcome. Very welcome.
It's just that there is no way in hell that the song I sung was in the public domain.
No. Ploxford is very, very courteous. Ploxford actually said you are most welcome to Stream Elements.
Yeah.
I'm sure Stream Elements would appreciate that if it was a person.
Stream Elements is a bot. It's my bot. Yeah. Oh well.
Well, we all understand the sentiment, though. We all appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
I am curious, if you don't mind my asking, if I'm pronouncing your name correct. Ploxord? Where is that from? Is that a science fiction based name? Is that a personal name to you? That's a very unusual name. Very interesting. I'm a little embarrassed I can't pin it. Does anybody else recognize that from classic sci-fi or something?
No, but I'm equally curious because if I may, I'll talk about Ploxford since he's right here. But Ploxford came out from out of nowhere. I'm thinking maybe it's an existing person, other guys, but from out of nowhere with some amazing contributions to the channel. And with all due respect to everyone, Ploxford is really the kind of a joke here, a bit of wisdom there, really the kind of thing we look for in the chat. A bit of, an echo chamber, basically. Someone that's going to agree poetically with everything you say all the time. And a bit of a challenge when you're not looking.
Right. I could be wrong, but I think it's Ploxford because it's ORD. It doesn't have an ARD. But I could be wrong.
Oh, I see. He's quite kindly responded with Ploxord. Ploxord. It is a mishmash of sounds only I can hear.
Oh, okay.
You and possibly, do you know? I'm going to say snort a poopa. I'm biting my tongue. Yes, thank you.
That's one of the reasons.
And of course, Super Blubberpuss. Puss.
When that person came on, that's when I changed my name.
But
yes, it's lovely to see you too. None. Love the name.
That is. Has she changed her icon? Yes, she has too. I wish I had my glasses. Gorgeous.
No, it's an actual.
Suggesting nun, is that Lovely Sherry in disguise or who?
Mm-hmm. Mega Cropper, you took the bait. I was referring to the echo chamber. No, but so don't misunderstand Ploxford. Ploxford will challenge us every day. I mean, we love a simp. I'm nothing against simps, but no, it's Well, if we were an echo chamber, then we would have blocked you ages ago, wouldn't we, Mega Cropper? In fact, where were you today throwing shit from the aisles? We kind of missed it. Come on, Mega Cropper.
Yeah,
If you don't watch the show, you can't criticize it. Come on. What's the matter? Frightened?
We need less echo chambers, not more of them.
Not less, fewer. Would that it were so simple.
And Ploxard, we like your name because the originality and it's unique. So that's an A+ in my book.
I'll give you an
Certainly
example of
is.
something I've changed my mind on myself. That I thought that Sliding Doors was part of the repeat day category, like Groundhog Day. It isn't. It's a parallel universe story, completely different subgenre altogether.
And what do you guys think about that? What's your opinion? No, what? Come on, people.
Forget that. Pop culture, you blew my mind with an observation about Run Lola Run. That was like, whoa, I'd not even noticed that. But these non-hipsters, these lamestream non-hipsters probably haven't even seen Run Lola Run, have they, Pop culture?
Not likely, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. Has anyone here seen Run Lola Run? Can we get a RL?
Anyone on the panel or in the chat, if you've seen Groundhog Day, then please see Run Lola Run.
Run Lola Run. Okay. I am making a mental note, Captain.
See it early in the day when you're not drunk and you're not sleepy. I want you to have full attention and to pay attention. Don't pause every 10 minutes and go grab a snack and go to the bathroom. None of that. This is a movie you've got to sit and watch and pay attention. Full faculty.
For a start, it's in frickin' German.
Right, and I don't want to imply that it's boring. I'm just saying that the plot moves so fast and it's so interesting, you want to pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm. No, excellent film. Absolutely solid choice, boys. My 100% recommendation behind it. Everybody should check out Run Lola Run.
Yeah, I don't know if it was
worth your time.
Amen, brother.
Right, I don't know if it was an hour and a half, 2 hours. The time just flew watching it. I mean, it was great. That's how you can tell a good script. When time flies, you're not looking at your watch.
But shout out Pop Culture Curator. You know, I'll criticize anyone all the time, but then hopefully a shout out will mean more when I give it. Pop culture, it's your observation. You tell them. But what you told me is like, I can't unsee it even in my mind. I can't wait to rewatch both of them.
In Groundhog Day, for those of you that are familiar with it, Bill Murray's character was living the same day over and over. Everyone around him was totally oblivious and they didn't understand or they didn't know. So every day when it reset himself and he woke up and he encountered everyone in the town, to them it was the same day over and over. None of those characters changed. In Run Lola Run, every time her day repeats itself, she influences the characters around her and they all change every time. But I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's tempting to talk about because it is such a wonderful film, but until we get a few more of us on the same page, I hope everybody does give Run Lola Run a chance because it really is. It is a wonderful, wonderful film. Not going to change your life or anything, but definitely worth your time. I promise you.
It's refreshing.
Tiki owns it.
And it's a good idea, son of Red Shirt. Let's say, I won't put a day on it, but anyone that's vaguely interested, you've got a week to check it out. And maybe a week from now, we'll talk about it then.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah,
that
would be a good little chat.
I would love to be
done.
Yeah, what else has she been in? Is anybody else? I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't know the actress, but she had success after that, didn't she? Wasn't she in a couple of those Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies? Love them or hate them, they make money, and great for a working actor.
That I don't know, but one thing, another thing. There's so much about that movie I give credit to. They did not put a bunch of makeup on her to make her look really super hot, good looking, and all those other things, because that would have been a distraction from the plot. So when I looked at her on IMDb, I was like, wow, she's really beautiful. It was interesting how they made her to look in that movie. I mean, plot first, people. Plot first. That's all.
Well, how old would you have put? She would have been early 20s, and guys were all of a certain age were.
Yeah, character was early 20s. I'm not sure about her actual age at the time of the filming. I didn't look that up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Lovely fit girl. Lola's red hair kept my rapt attention, says Ploxord. And yeah, I believe that was striking. That was
Red hair
back then
and
too.
right, red hair and fluorescent green pants.
How do you pronounce her name? Franca Ponetti? Is that how you pronounce it?
German, I believe. I don't have my I don't have my
maybe
thing
it's
handy.
I think
I'll look it up.
Franca, like maybe that's short for Francesca, maybe.
Like Famke Janssen. All right.
Breathe, my boy. Breathe, my boy.
Yeah, but I'm looking at her.
Franca
I'm looking now.
Potenta.
Yeah,
Franca
Franca
Potenta.
Potente,
Trust
yes.
Darius to get the correct
Yeah,
pronunciation.
Franca
Oh.
Potenta and Moritz Bleibtreu, Herbert Knopp.
What year was that filmed? Any of you boys remember? Was that
98.
late 90s?
98.
98?
1998. Yeah.
1998.
But the important thing to remember is what makes it stand out among all the other movies that use the groundhog type trope or plot is that every time the day repeats herself, she's affecting the people around her and their lives change. So one day they'll be this in their reality, and the next day she interacts with them, there'll be this in their reality. So
I'm curious because I
don't want to.
I always saw it as a foreign film, so I had no interest.
You got to read the subtitles, Bill. You got to read those subtitles, baby. You got to earn it. You got to earn it, baby.
Well, yeah. So, sometimes.
Bill, I wish you'd get off this hate for foreign films. The world cinema is a magical place.
I find when I do watch them because hey, I watched the plenty of Godzilla kaiju films, and
May I recommend something really fast?
Swedish.
Yeah. This is something totally new that I know I can confidently say none of you have heard of. Like Big Man Japan. You guys haven't heard of that. I want to have a watch party, and I want to show Big Man Japan. And one movie that I discovered, which is a fantastic movie, but there was no English subtitles. It was a Japanese movie. I had to go in and do the subtitles myself. It took me a few days. So I have the subtitles with the movie, and that's called A Man Who Was Superman. It's a great movie, and I recommend my subtitles with it, because otherwise you're not going to understand it. It's like very crude English written by somebody who maybe English was their third language. But The Man Who Was Superman, if you can find that, it's a great movie.
Okay.
Bill,
how you doing there, Dialect?
I'm doing fine.
we can hear you breathing, Dalek.
Does Dialect need his morning coffee or? Thank you.
Don't you think, Brother Warrior Bill, that it's a beautiful level of friendship to be at, where you can actually detect on the subconscious level a change in the pattern of breathing to indicate a possible change in emotional status. It's quite beautiful, really.
No.
I hear Son of a Red Shirt's okay. Breathing status confirmed normal within its standard operating parameters.
Bill, may I share a screen shot of something if possible?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to show you guys.
What happened? I'm not.
I'm going to show you a little snippet of here.
I don't know. We lost Son of the Red Shirt for a moment.
That's what Kirk said. Red Shirt, come back. This is Enterprise, the Son of a Red Shirt. Where are you?
What's going on in that picture?
That is Big Man Japan, people.
Big Man Japan. And who is he fighting?
It's a Japanese kaiju movie. He's fighting one of many that actually show up in it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. You know the password? Password to what?
I've got too many tabs.
Read.
What
Look
actual-
at look at Carol's last comment.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that.
No.
Not that one.
Which one?
That one.
Wow.
Is the password pickles? I bet it's Darius. Is the password I love you, Darius?
You know what?
What? Who doesn't like
I
that?
have to say I'd buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
Oh.
Dalek, are you generally an evening person?
I'd say I'd probably say I'm a nighttime most of the time.
I'm gonna I try different things. I'm gonna go back to, well, I say I am now because I can't predict the future, but I'm gonna try, do or do not. I'm gonna try to broadcast at 8 p.m. London time. That's 3 p.m. New York time every day for a while, just to see how that goes. So for those of you that like regularity, that is my 8 p.m. GMT. That's 3 p.m. New York time. Other time zones, you do the math. I can't be fucked. I'm not even in those two time zones. Red shirt, welcome back.
Well, gentlemen, sorry. I thought I could quite quietly and surreptitiously slip my Wi-Fi stream and not affect, but no, it crashed on me like a. Oh, I said crashed. You guys saw that image Bird of Prey 5 posted yesterday? That terrifying motorcycle accident. Oh my gosh, that's what I felt like.
No.
Oh, is that the one with the guy rear-ended the
motorcycle?
car?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the guy rear-ended the car, right?
Yeah, he was in the police chase, and he was running from the cops. He ran right into a family sedan. Tragic.
Over 100 miles an hour, right? Straight into a parked car, pretty much.
Oh
yeah, I think it was turning, but yeah, you're right. A static object made of 3,000 pounds of steel. That was.
Welcome to California. I see it every day.
Oh my! What stream was this on? I missed it.
This was yours.
No,
this was yours. You put it up in your chat. It was just a link.
No.
It's actually all over YouTube today. You can see it.
Well, there's one video a few years ago where a guy was in a stolen Corvette being chased, and he did the same thing. He hit I think a semi or a truck from behind, and it showed him in the video flying out, and the car was destroyed into millions of pieces, and he landed sitting upright with not a scratch. It was an amazing video. I need to try to find it.
Wow. Yeah, that is something. I remember KTLA used to be famous. They'd have like the KTLA morning chase of the day. It was happening so regularly.
They have an app on your phone. There's an app on your phone that'll notify you when there's a chase scene going on.
Wow. I'm not surprised somehow. I mean, they're thrilling, but just horrible when you see them go south. Horrible. Terrible. So, Billy's back. Okay.
Huh? I'm back. Where did I go?
I don't know. Maybe it was on my side. You were all just a big circle for a minute, and then
I've always been here.
You've always been here. You always will.
I've always been here. I didn't know that I went anywhere.
Speaking of car chases, anybody here
sucked into some porthole that I don't know about? Damn it!
Are you getting sucked in a hole?
I don't know.
You are not getting sucked in a hole. Wake up. You're okay, Bill. You stay with us. Stay with us. Get away from the light. Come back. Come back, Bill.
As far as I know, yeah.
Oh boy. That is something. So what's news in the world of Bill? We've already talked about your new show coming out there and everything else. What and I'm sure the guys too, just to reiterate to the gentlemen that have joined us since, because that was right at the top of the show. Brand new show for Bill, brand new experiment. He's going to be doing 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, every day religiously, beginning at 6 Eastern.
Greetings from planet Earth. And welcome, Fizchozo. How are you, Fizchozo?
All right.
You all
Good
right?
evening, Fizz.
How are you doing this evening? Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Cardinal Sin! What's up, Cardinal Sin?
Shut the
Oh.
front door! No way!
I heard about Michael T's house being blown up. What do you mean by that?
Cardinal Sin, it's been forever since I've spoken to you.
Hello, it's Harvey Firestein here, and Cardinal Sin asked
What do you
me
mean by that?
to let you know that he's very happy that you thought of him, but he couldn't make it. So he sent me instead.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad to see you, Mr. Firestein. I thought you passed away a couple of years ago. No disrespect
No,
there,
I'm
sir.
still very much alive. I've just gained 170 pounds.
Oh, no. Oh,
But thank you for inviting Cardinal Sin. He's very happy. He's in the back room ironing his laundry for tomorrow, and so he sent me out here and he said, good luck and Mazel Tov and all that happy stuff.
Mazel tov, l'chaim.
Mazel tov.
L'chaim, to life.
L'chaim.
I know Tevye very well, and we used to sing together. Except he was always out of key.
Aha.
Hail, Cardinal Sin.
Like the Russian Navy in the warm water out of key.
And Cardinal Sin also wanted me to mention to you that he's been on 4 people's streams in the last 24 hours. So he's really shagged out. And
Wow.
he asked me if I would, come in his stead. And I said, I don't know if they're going to, let me in because, they're really anti-Hollywood over here.
Oh, I have a
Hey,
dying
Douglas,
question
what are we
for you.
talking about?
Yeah,
I have a dying
shoot.
question. I was watching Doomcock's stream earlier. Did they ever get off onto a different subject other than Boba Fett? Because I finally gave up after several hours.
I actually must admit I didn't see any of Doomcock's show. I was streaming with somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else.
Fine.
And by the time I clicked on Doomcock's stream, it had started all over again.
Gotcha.
Hello, Dad Man Walking 55. Good to see you here.
Hail,
I wish I had
welcome.
the Rambling Canuck Dad Man Walking. But hail to you, sir.
Hail to Jedi Bill, and pop culture curator, and batch out of hell, Dalek 451. Hail, son of a red shirt, and of course, Vizichu.
This Chozo.
There you go.
That'll
There's
work too.
Anyway, it's wonderful to be here, and I'm ready for I realize I'm late to the party, but I'm ready for whatever it is that we're doing. What are we doing?
Well, come back
Oh,
Wednesday and there'll be karaoke.
We're talking about a whole bunch of stuff.
I can't sing. I tried to sing, and that's
Neither
what
can
made my
us.
voice sound
I
like this.
can't sing. I can't sing either, but I went ahead and made the attempt. I mean,
Culture. We did a round robin, Cardinal Sin. We're talking about how we lost our virginity, and now it's your turn.
there you go.
I lost my virginity 1964. I was in a play on Broadway, and we took
You
it
lost it
all
on
the way
stage.
to the West End, and there was a very cute bellboy in the not hostel, the hotel that they put me in,
The
and
Hostel Hotel.
he hit on me, and he was very cute, and I thought, okay, why not?
A
So,
little
There you
hostile
go.
in the hostel.
ladies don't tell.
Mr. Firestein, your repertoire is extensive. Out of all the films you've been in, a bunch of science fiction guys here, of course, will think Independence Day first, but Mrs. Doubtfire.
Are you asking which of my films is my personal favorite?
Yes, sir. Which is the one that is closest to your heart? Which celebrates you the best?
The Birdcage.
The Birdcage.
Yes.
The Birdcage.
I loved working with Hank Azaria. He's a very cute man. He's aged well. He's even very good looking in his elder state, and it was so much fun with Robin Williams. It's a pity what happened to Robin, but it's c'est la vie, as they say.
La vie.
C'est la vie.
Hey, old Tim.
Hey, Tim. It's the king of the hipsters.
No, there is a hipster.
He says his high sources are from Disney. I thought they were from Reddit.
Don't let.
Oh no! Now Tim is in big trouble.
Tim Stark says whatever. Wait, Bill, come on, back there, will you? Give us a fucking minute. Your own time.
Bill, may I share a short video?
No, Bill, I'm about to read a comment.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Jedi Bill. Don't play a video. It's gonna get you a copyright notice.
I don't know
I don't know very much about YouTube, but I do know anyone that asks you to play a video on your stream has no good intentions. They don't have your best intentions at heart.
Tim's talk in the chat says.
I'm gonna go. I made it back later.
Really high up sources from Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill is a replicant, and Cockney is like the OG hipster or whatever. According to there is no soup.com. No soup for you, Soup Nazi says. No soup for you, Jedi Bill. Oh, hello there. Flame on, everyone. Whatever.
Tim's talk does not realize he's playing with fire here.
Yeah, you call it.
He's playing with fire steam.
But whatever. So I was talking like Cardinal Sin was like, whatever. I think it's my show. And I was like, rodeo. And he was like, rodeo. I was like, I'm Cardinal. It's rodeo. He was like, rodeo. Midwest here. I said, rodeo. I'll meet you on rodeo on a meeting. And he said, whatever. I said, whatever. And that was that.
Anyway,
wow.
Jedi Bill, I just wanted to pop in and say thank you for the invitation. And I'm sorry Cardinal Sin couldn't make it.
Stay. Take an upper and stay. Pop an upper. Stay.
I've got things to do.
People want you, Cardinal. They want you.
I'm rehearsing in the other room with Tom Cruise. What do you expect me to do?
Cardinal,
he's still very cute.
Hey, can you get Tom Cruise to come out here and do that dance that he did in Tropic Thunder? That was a great play.
He's busy jumping on Oprah's couch.
Oh, he's still jumping on Oprah's couch? Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cardinal left, and I hope he can only be replaced by a guy you know as Christopher Walken.
I used to know Christopher Walken very well. And, he started out as a hoofer, and he was a wonderful dancer. And he choreographed a lot of the things that I was in both Broadway and on film. And he's a wonderful choreographer as well.
He certainly is an extremely talented man on many fronts. Triple threat with the singing, the dancing.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly.
He also does some acting.
Yeah, definitely legend. And it was certainly a pleasure to get to meet you. I didn't think this would ever happen, and this is indicative again of Jedi Bill's Insomniac Soup. You never know. You just don't know.
You never know.
What legendary veteran member of theater or Stager Screen will drop by. to
Next
say
time
hi.
it could be, a Jimmy Stewart or there's a myriad of people that could pop in. And I say pop in with all due, clarity. There's no innuendo intended.
Oh my gosh, who's that?
Oh,
It looks
I'm
like
having
Animal.
don't
Jerry
recognize?
Anderson flashbacks.
Jerry
I-
Anderson flashback.
You're having a flashback, Cardinal. I like your punk stylings. I want to see the more drumming. You like the war drums with your punk music. So
This is getting scary.
Excuse me, Emperor. Did you get that package of cream we sent for you? For
Mon ami
that problem you.
Cardinal is descended from the Russian cavalry. Oh, zut Allah, it is true. He is a
What is
cavalry
this? The charge of the Light Brigade?
Are your guns, sir? There are your guns. Crack at the Russians, eh? What?
What is this? Zulu?
Oh, wow.
right. Right, hang on.
Oh,
Don't let him
Uh-oh.
leave here. Don't let him leave. Don't let him leave here, motherfucker. Go get your shoe shine box. Don't let me get my hussar jacket.
How
Don't let him
are
leave
you, Dalek 451? How have you been?
I think he's low battery tonight.
The first, I'm definitely a lot better than I was a couple of weeks ago. So,
Have you been
Cardinals.
doing any exterminating lately?
Yes, he has. You should have been here last night. He was exterminating the hell out of Sweet Child of Mine, was it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
right,
no,
and people
no,
were falling
yeah.
down, and the negative image was coming up on the
it was
television.
Paradise. It wasn't Sweet Child of Mine. It was Paradise City.
it was Paradise. City.
I apologize.
I
Your
understand the
dulcet
girls
tones
there
were-
are very pretty.
That's right.
Huh. That's right. That's right. Everybody should go down to Paradise City. I still haven't found Paradise City. I'm always
I heard
looking
it was
for
near Panama City, and I went to Panama City and I asked for directions to Paradise City, and they sent me to a video store and made me watch Paradiso, Cinema Paradiso. That's what it was. Yes.
Oh, that's a beautiful movie.
It's a good movie, but it wasn't Paradise City.
Oh,
Sacre bleu!
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Crack at the bloody
We are in Zulu.
Zulu.
I'm having an
wrong
aneurysm.
Zulu. Hello. 1815, not 1879.
I'm sorry,
Wrong
Sergeant
fucking-
Pepper.
Crack of the damn French, what? Bloody lonely heart. I tell you what, these YouTubers with their gimmicks, what? Just put some clothes on them. You know what I mean? Now, that Boba Fett, I tell you.
Do you know William S. Burroughs?
Know him? I've got him in the back of the car right now. You're
Oh, well,
really?
say hello for me, because it's been a long time
You go out
since
with William S. Burroughs,
since he
you
was
put
alive.
that on your head, duck immediately.
Indeed.
nice,
Hell of a
Yes.
writer. Hell of a writer.
nice.
Naked lunch. Oh, look, what's this? We boil our pizza. Call this a sandwich. What?
Well,
How
that's
about-
a sandwich.
Hmm?
Getting
How
high on
about
bug
that?
spray.
Let's talk about Boba Fett. No one else is doing that. Oh, what do you think about Boba Fett? I think it's terrible. So do I. Oh, it's better than the Blandalorian. Oh, mate, yesterday's fart's better than the Blandalorian. Gamer Kyle 79 says, hail to you, Gamer Kyle.
Yeah, hail to you,
Gomer
Gamer
Kyle.
Kyle 79.
Gomer. Like Gomer
Gomer
Pyle. Gomer Pyle.
Kyle, Gomer Kyle in the house.
You know,
Gomer.
I used to know Jim Neighbors very well.
Oh.
All right,
How
make me
well did
small
you know
bill.
he?
There you go. Thank you.
I was friends with him for a very long time, and unfortunately, he and Rock Hudson got into some trouble together.
Well, Rock was Brock was definitely a unique voice and a wonderful talent that brought many hours of enjoyment
Wonderful actor,
between
yes.
him and Doris Day and the work they did with the legendary Tony Randall.
Who
like
played
Pillow Talk
all
and-
7 parts in the 7 Faces of Dr.
Yes.
Lau. Amazing movie written by Charles Beaumont. One of my favorites. It's magic.
Oh.
It's magical.
Yep. Yes, magical is a perfect word for it, sir. Absolutely magical. Reminds me of Alec Guinness from way back in the day, Kind Hearts and Coronets. Another role. He played 7 different
Another
roles, including a
person
woman.
I used to know
Alec Guinness.
very
Alec
well,
Guinness.
Alec Guinness.
That's the name
I
I
knew
haven't
him
heard for a
when he
long
was shooting
time.
Bridge on the River
time.
Kwai.
Oh,
And I used to come down to the set and he would be smoking a cigarette and I would tell him, you know, Alec, those things are really bad for you. And then I would light up a cigarette and we would have a conversation.
well, I wish I was a fly on the wall for that. A legendary actor.
He was the best. Yes.
Magnificent. He gave us so many great, the Man in the White Suits,
He
early
was in
science fiction.
Some wonderful comedies.
He was too. The Lady Killers, with oh shit, this is going back. This is embarrassing. Lady Killers, and he was known for comedies. Really, as a young guy, he
was a
did some
great comedy
great-
actor. And let me tell you something. While we're on the subject of comedies, it's very difficult to be a very good comedian. You have to have good timing, a good delivery. You have to understand your audience,
Like
your
a
tone,
postman.
your voice. And this is something that Alec Guinness knew very well. He was very good at it. And once you've been a good comedic actor, you actually can be a dramatic actor, and it's a step down. It's easier than being a very good comedic actor.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Our Man in Havana, wonderfully funny film, great story too.
Case in
And you
point.
look- yeah, case
Absolutely.
in point. And if I'm not mistaken, a huge proponent of comfortable footwear. Alec Guinness really believed strongly.
And Peter Cushing, yes.
Peter Cushing, of course, yes, Peter Cushing loved his slippers, especially on the set of
Famous for
Oh,
his
nice slippers.
slippers.
Good I get that reference. We shall deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
as soon as I put my shoes on.
No.
As
Didn't
soon
like
as I
those
can
jack
find
boots.
a pair of riding boots in my size.
Oh. Imagine that, not actually wearing riding boots. Ha! The very idea.
Well, it's what everyone in that movie did that was on the side of the guy, the tall guy with the black costume. Everyone who was on his side wore riding boots and they had a crop. You just couldn't see it.
yeah, that's what the Empire needed, more crops.
The things that
Walk
Alec
in more
Guinness used to
cowboy.
do with his crop, I can't tell you. I signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Anti-derivative Jill, welcome, sweetie. Always a pleasure.
Hail, anti-derivative Jill.
Yes. Welcome, anti-derivative Joe. Good to see you.
Yes. Welcome, anti-derivative Joe.
I
Good
love
luck.
the inflections. that are
Anyway,
going
I
towards the
don't want to
anti-derivative
waste any
Jill.
of you cute boys' time any
Whoa, you're not
further.
wasting any time. It's just
Don't
free
let
time.
him leave here.
I've got to
Jill, tell him.
go over my lines with Tom Cruise, and it's going to
Oh.
take all night.
It's going to take all night
All
long.
night long.
Yes.
All night long. Got that one, Bill. Cute reference. Good man.
all night and all day on Jedi Bill TV. Or, yeah, right now it's Jedi Bill TV.
Does anyone have any further questions for Harvey Firestein?
What's next? What we know this Tom Cruise project is going to wrap up soon, but what's in the future?
I'm glad you asked. I've actually started writing a one-man show about Nero's horse.
Oh, Nero's horse. What's it called?
It's called Nero's Horse.
Straight to the point.
We've already sold
this-
out the first several shows. I haven't even really gotten to chapter 2. Act 2, and it's going to be a wonderful show. There's 17 costume changes. I play every part. It's going to be fabulous.
Is any correlations with Catherine the Great's horse to this?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Catherine the Great's horse just doesn't get enough promotion. So in Nero's horse, you're playing 17 different roles, and this is going to be
all the parts. Yes.
all the parts.
Speaking
And
of
this
horse,
is,
what about
on the stage, sir? Or
Even the horse.
even the horse?
What was that?
Nay.
Looking mighty sharp there.
is that
A salute of approval.
Like right off the Sgt. Pepper album.
which branch of military salutes like that? I've seen Benny Hill salute like that.
Salute right back at you, Captain.
That's how the English
I thought you were
salute.
supposed to fan those eyebrows.
That's how the English salute.
Woof.
In America,
The
showing
old
the palm of
Cary
your hand is
Grant
an insult.
Gunga Din, snap it back.
Yeah, in America, showing your palm is an insult. It's the opposite. Your hand has to be.
Are you quite sure, sir? It does mean changing the bulb. I did a little stint on Red Dwarf, but they deleted it and put it into the deleted
You
scenes.
got it down. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing.
Middle finger to the end of your eyebrow.
Anti-derivative Jill says it reminds her of Red Dwarf.
You know, it's funny.
The Rimus, you mean the Rimus
Anti-derivative
salute,
Jill
right?
and I have an interesting sort of telepathy. I think of something and she says it.
It's a wonderful relationship to have.
What is this?
She's fabulous.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
What is this gesture?
Amen. Jill is fabuloso. What Jill don't know ain't worth knowing. What?
No, she's
That's right.
spectacular.
Who is? You said you were you had a shot on Red Dwarf, but they cut you out, which I'm sure was to their detriment. What about Red Dwarf do you like? You're a fan of Red Dwarf, I assume?
I love all of Red Dwarf, except for the 10th season, which does not exist as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Who was
The
your
rest
favorite
of it-
character?
The rest of it is hysterical. I like
the
the
Holly
cat.
guy or
I like
the
the cat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Harvey Firestein
Red
enjoys the
Dwarf.
scenes with the cat because he's so dapper, unless he's Dwayne Dibley.
Dwayne Dibley?
Danny John Jules?
Danny John Jules.
Danny
And
John Jules,
He's
yes.
a fantastic dancer, by the way.
Oh, really? I was
Wait a
unaware.
minute.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's in the house?
Red Dwarf is classic. Absolute classic.
Every time I think of Cat and Danny John Jules, I have that one unfortunate. It was one of my favorite lines of the series, but it's unfortunate. I think of him that. Remember when they went to Reverse World, and everything happened in reverse. Everybody walked backwards. Day backwards, and right before they left, right at the end of the show, last 10 seconds, they're getting in the Starbug, and I remember it goes to Lister, something like, "Well, where the hell's the cat?" He says, "I don't know. I think he's out in the woods taking a crap." He says, "What?" Then it shifts to him in the wood. And you see the expression of what happens when you think.
I think it was Rimmer asked him, "Where's the cat?" And then Lister says something like, "He's just gone off behind the bush to do his business." And then they both look at each other. We've got to stop him. And then the cat pops up.
The
and he's got
Despair Squid was one of
It's
my
just-
personal favorites.
horrible, shocked, despaired face, and he just wanders up to him, and he goes, and the episode is with him going, "Don't ask,
Don't ask.
don't ask,
Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't tell. Ask me no questions. I'll tell you lies. It's a wonderful way to live your life.
That
Don't
was so
ask.
funny.
Anyway, you boys have fun. I've got to go run some lines, so I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Love to you, sir. Take care. Thank you for
Later.
Have
dropping by.
fun.
Please
Be-
say hi to Mr. Cruz
Be
on
safe.
our behalf.
Be
Sure.
happy. Be safe. Love each other. And if it snows where you
damn
are,
it, I wanna
don't
know,
eat the yellow snow.
Ask Mr. Cruz Cruise, when are we gonna get Maverick? I've been waiting for Maverick, Top Gun 2.
Oh, I thought you meant
getting
Brett
that?
Maverick. I thought you meant the movie or the TV show.
James
I
Garner's
want to
brother.
know.
Or the Mel Gibson version,
Right, the Mel Gibson.
which was a movie. It wasn't very good, but that's a tale for another time. Anyhow, you boys enjoy, and I'll see you soon.
Wait a minute. I have another question for
See-
Dr. Cruz. Will there be a Need for what is it? Days of Thunder 2? Sorry.
They're still signing Nicole Kidman.
You know, I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I can't talk
man.
about it.
And you said
Damn
you're gonna do lines
Alright.
with Tom Cruise, right?
I'm going to run lines with Tom Cruise.
Run line.
I'm not going to do lines with Tom
That
Cruise.
explains a lot.
Tom Cruise doesn't do drugs.
No.
I've seen him on coffee.
Sure.
He's a Scientologist. That's drugs enough.
He's on coffee every day. That's a drug. I've seen him with it. I've seen Tom with it. Who hasn't?
Hello and thank you, the lovely Sherry.
Mhm.
Always.
She changed
Stabby
her
queen.
name back.
Cardinal Sin, have you ever heard of the Bilderberg Group?
Yeah, Cardinal Sin is back with Tom Cruise.
Well, go tell him to leave
I've
the
never heard of
lines
it.
behind, but okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Bye
Chat,
bye.
can we have a big
There it
goodbye to
says,
Harvey?
Take care,
Goodbye,
Harvey.
Harvey.
Take care.
Good night, Darius
Later.
Munchausen.
Later,
Good night.
Later, Harvey. And just like a fart in the wind, gone, baby, gone.
That's so poetic.
It is
Yeah.
tragic, isn't it?
That is absolutely charming. I always love when the celebrities drop by your house, Jedi Bill. This is
Yeah, I know,
part of the
right?
beauty of being
I
here.
know, right? They're still working on maybe we'll get over our DVD one of these days. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Pennywise. Who knows? The world is out there, folks. It's out there.
All you have to do is just give them enough cash, and they'll show up anywhere. You know how that is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll
Remember the Feliciano. The Felicianos had Doomcock on their channel when they first started as a surprise guest.
You're talking about King Dolphin? King Dolphin.
Yeah, King Dolphin.
Right. Yeah, great channel. Yeah, a lot of fun over there. He's a good guy. I'm sure he was over, wasn't last night. He was hanging out for a little while. Sandra and King Dolphin and another gentleman I met for the first time, Brian Orid. I'm mashing his name. That's embarrassing. It's the early onset of Alzheimer's, kids.
Brian Ormantag.
Oh.
Brian Ormantag. Okay, good memory.
That might I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Jill was.
That's
Jill
right.
was on
Oh.
Jill was on their channel just the other night talking about DS9.
Absolutely was, with authority. She was a fantastic guest on there. I watched nearly the whole show. So she blew me away with her Deep Space Nine knowledge. Absolutely. Encyclopedic. But a lot of fun over there. Guys should check it out. So, gentlemen, what next? How do you follow Harvey Weinstein?
I don't. How about a good hanging or what, can we bring back the guillotine? I don't know. Maybe
The guillotine?
the guillotine. Yeah.
That's a pretty specific request there, buddy. There's a good reason they've done away with it. What do you need a guillotine for apart from trimming your cigars, Bill?
I like that suggestion.
Because we were talking about. You said Harvey Weinstein, right? Well,
Right.
what method?
Harvey Firestein. I said
What's
Weinstein.
better than a
Firestein.
public execution? You know.
No, he's talking about that horrible actor. He's talking about that horrible actor. Bill probably isn't familiar with who he is.
Okay, fair enough. Baron Ormond Teg. Thank you, the lovely Cherie. Carlos Albanese in the house. How are you, buddy?
Hello, Carl Albanese.
Is it Albanese or Albanese?
See, Albanese.
He doesn't
I
look very
don't
easy.
have my glasses. I feel like a dick. It's a blur to me. Sorry, brother, if I missed.
We didn't even get into the Dominion War. I don't think we meant to keep teasing everyone with, but Worf was too much fun. Okay, where is Red Dwarf? Where do you find Red Dwarf? I don't even know where to find it.
You kind of jumped. Worf or Red Dwarf? Red Dwarf is the British TV show we were talking about. Have you seen it, Bill?
No.
Very funny science fiction
That's
comedy.
probably why I have not been able to see it, because it's a British thing, and I guess
that site I showed you, I'm almost certain has the full collection.
you probably needed to have BritBox or something. I don't know.
You might, but I'm pretty sure that one I pointed you to will have it. What year, boys, did Red Dwarf start? Anybody remember? Was that was early 90s?
1988.
88, way back in 88.
Very
oh my gosh.
specific. Dalek 451.
Yeah. Jill's right. You'd love
Well,
Red Dwarf.
I'll have to find where I can get it on my streaming platforms.
DVD.
I have so many of them.
Blu-ray, physical media.
How many seasons?
Outside, no kind of atmosphere.
How many? If you ask about the original, the original Red Dwarf ran for 8 seasons.
How about Space?
You mean the Final Frontier?
Space? No, the British comedy series that a batch out of hell was talking about. Spaced.
You got me. I'm drawing a blank.
I'm looking it up. I see 2 seasons. I'm wondering if that's correct. I want to see if I can obtain it.
Smoke me a kid probably back for breakfast.
Red Dwarf was an unusual, in its own way, a very groundbreaking show. The humor, the concept, having a guy stuck in cryogenic sleep. Everybody dies on this giant ship. He's the last survivor. His pet cat, mutates, and that's one thing I was a little gray on. Like, how did the single cat?
The cat was called Frankenstein.
Right, and Frankenstein eventually had kittens, and those kittens had kittens, and they evolved into a society over 10,000 years. They evolved into a human form, and lived on the ship the whole time.
Over 3 million, over the whole 3 million years that Lister was in stasis.
Right.
That's interesting. They stretched it out for that many seasons. Was it live action animation?
It was
live action.
No, it was live action.
Yeah. It was on it's set on a mining ship, as I recall, called Red Dwarf.
Yeah. It was set on this big, really enormous old mining ship called painted bright red and called Red Dwarf.
Painted by hand by Lister as a punishment. This thing was the size of a city.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. In fact, if you watch the opening credits of the first 2 seasons, the first thing you see is this little shot of red. Then the camera pulls back from the big Red Dwarf name on the nose of the ship,
Gotcha.
and you see Lister in his spacesuit doing the paints.
That's right.
No, that's cool. I'm looking it up, and I'm gonna grab that as soon as I can.
Everyone get the box set.
I can't recommend Red Dwarf enough. It is classic.
Yeah,
well,
when Dalek is right, he's right. Dalek is correct.
Captain Chelsea, what about Spaced? How many seasons?
Spaced. I'm so glad you mentioned it. That is absolutely my #1 tip-top comedy ever. And in 15 months of broadcasting, how did you know? 2 seasons. I believe
you mentioned it earlier, and I was just looking it up, and I'm going to grab that and Red Dwarf while I'm at it.
For me, Spaced, and one of the many reasons, but for me, not just canned. I cannot stand laughter in a comedy. Canned studio, I don't give a fuck.
Canned laughter,
Silence.
Movies are classy, complete. You decide what's funny. Space to start with has no laughter track, live, canned or otherwise. But it's all about pop culture, nerds, geeks, all that good shit. Brilliant. Silent Peg, Nick Frost.
Well, if you can't stand Candlelight, then I guess you'll never watch stuff like you'll never watch stuff like Red Dwarf or Only Fools and Horses or Blackadder or anything like that.
Comedy is subjective, but everyone that Dalek has just mentioned, I mean, Father Ted, Black Books, some absolute classic. Green Room, very underrated, the best hospital comedy ever. It's got Mark Heap, who was in space. Green Room, very obscure, fucking amazing. Phone Shop, amazing. Raz Prince, one of the best characters ever, and he's just a guest. Phone Shop, check it out. Ow, Eiffel Tower, brilliant. When I say fuck you, I don't mean I want to fuck you.
Down in the chat, a few people have been chatting about the Red Dwarf. They seem to know what they're talking about. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back before breakfast.
Well, back for breakfast, yeah.
That
was a line that came in later in the show when we had this alternative version of Rimmer called Ace Rimmer, and every time he would go off and do something, he would always say, "Smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast."
Yeah.
I missed what you said, Dalek, a minute ago. You said if you don't like something, then you won't like Red Dwarf or Space or any of those. What was that?
Yeah. So it was the captain was talking about canned laughter or studio.
Okay, gotcha.
Laughter in the show, you know what I mean.
I have a little bit of trivia for everyone. Do you know where canned laughter came from?
And
I'll make it short. I'll make it short and sweet. Does anyone remember the old American comedian named? God, of course, now I'm going to forget.
That is short and sweet.
That's about as short and sweet as you can possibly get. That's what I get for being up late. It's 11:30. I'll bring it back up when I remember. It's the canned laughter is what reminded me of it. But basically, I'll put it this way: he was a comedian on American television, and I used to be a really big fan of him. My mind doesn't usually go blank like this, but he did a popular skit on American television where he played a homeless bum called Freddie the Freeloader. And he was a mime, by the way. He started out in vaudeville and a lot of other things like older comedians. Red Skelton, that's his name. Okay.
Yeah.
So he had a show where he had a character called Freddie the Freeloader, where he was like a bum or a hobo, and he would come out and he would do a skit totally pantomime with no audio. He didn't even have a microphone on, so the only sound you could hear was from the audience. So the guy who created the canned laughter went to the Red Skelton show and filmed one episode, one segment of Freddie the Freeloader, and that's the audience you guys hear every time, all the time, on all the different shows over the years. They could turn it up. They could say, well, this time we want a little bit more women in the audience. We want to hear women's voices. This time we want to hear more men in the audience. So every time you hear canned laughter, keep in mind it's all from one show, one segment.
It's all this. Wait. Are you, seriously? It's
yes.
Always the exact same
people. Once I found this out, I went back and started watching old sitcoms, and you'll start recognizing the voices.
Yeah, I heard the exact same thing, Pop. Not to be disrespectful, I think you just need to modify that in a sec. They stopped that in the 70s. They started getting different ones.
Oh, yeah.
You're 100% correct. They had the same one for decades on every different show. It was basically a copy.
Well, it depends how cheap the show was. I Love Lucy was in the 50s and it had a live audience. Carol Burnett had a live audience. So it depended on the show. They were really cheap. But it wasn't until the 70s they decided we need to start breaking that mold and just, they start phasing it out. Get Smart.
Well, MASH used to have a laugh track
when they were not in the operating room.
Yeah, but then they finally wisely did away with it.
Right.
And I think in the second season.
Well, if you get MASH now on DVD, they removed it totally out of the entire series. But when it was on the air, when it was on the air, they only had the laugh track when they were not in the operating room. But another famous example is the series Get Smart. Don Adams hated laugh track. He hated it. but they put it on him anyway. Even though he had a big ownership in the series, he was forced to accept canned laughter. But there was one episode where he got his way, and there was no canned laughter in the entire episode.
There's also a plot point to the fantastic, possibly the best cult of personality movie I've ever seen. Have any of you guys seen a film from the late 50s called The Face in the Crowd?
Yes, that's the one with Andy Griffith.
With Andy Griffith and, who's the chick from HUD? Help me out here, Pop.
Patricia Neal.
Patricia Neal, thank you. Absolute magnificent film. Guys,
Excellent.
don't give this one a pass.
Yes.
Face in the Crowd tells the story of a hillbilly yokel that's caught in prison, and a woman's searching for an authentic bluesy type of sound. I'm just giving you the broad strokes here. She stumbles across him and gets permission to record the guy. He's just a natural talent. He comes up with songs on the hit. Silly songs, folksy sayings, shit like this. And over the course of 3 or 4 years, he dominates America through the entertainment industry. Everybody thinks he's the funniest fucking thing ever. He's so homely. He's so not homely. He's like so homespun and
Andy Griffith. So there you go, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic casting, Andy Griffith, and he knocked it out of the fucking park. And you see how it changes the man. How he goes from a really nice, simple, easygoing everything to becoming this absolutely meticulously in control, ruthless asshole that just wants power, and it's all it's so well written. It's so
He was an excellent actor, yes. When he played a few roles over his lifetime where he was a bad guy, and he was great at it. It's hard to believe that he's the same he's the same Andy Griffith from the Andy Griffith Show. But yeah, wide range when it comes to talent with him.
Yeah. Best cult of personality movie I can recall.
Good point, Gomer Kyle 79. Like the Wilhelm scream, yeah.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to step away for a moment.
Carla writes in Lister's voice, after a plane crash, there's always a child doll left undamaged. They made Starbug out of it. Rimmer, really? Lister, no. They had that kind of relationship.
Yeah, that was. I think I remember that joke because if anyone doesn't know what Starbug is, basically Starbug was this little shuttlecraft that they had aboard Red Dwarf that they would use to try. They used to go flying away from the main ship, and it looks like three big green balls stuck together, and it was always crashing all the time.
Welcome, Nina Green.
Nina,
hello everybody.
Hail, sweet
Nina, my old friend. I remember last night you banging out Simon and Garfunkel, sweetie, like a champion. Well done.
Oh yeah. I like Simon and Garfunkel.
I second that. I love them as well. I wish I'd have been around to see it.
Yeah. Oh,
Nina's been wanting to talk to you, Pop Culture Curator.
Yeah, we've been trying to get together and chat, yeah.
Yeah. So
what did you do, Pop? I'm teasing.
I know. Guilty as charged.
No.
Guilty as usual.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all positive. All positive.
Moira Kitty. I didn't know you were here. Hello, Moira Kitty.
Moira's here. I said hello in chat.
I said
hello in chat. I
didn't accuse you otherwise. I just said I didn't see her here. So how's the night, Nina? What's up with you?
Oh, I was just playing a couple of games on my tablet.
Oh, what's your favorite? Are you a Candy Crush girl?
No, I don't do Candy Crush.
No.
I do hide and seek games.
Oh.
So
Well, then
Not
fucking
a
sure.
little bit of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
no,
Come
Go
on,
got the
bit of
new
Call
Spider-Man
of
game.
Duty.
no. No, I'm in also card games, solitaire.
Strip poker, that sort of thing. Billy's told us some stories.
Not strip poker, but not strip.
Oh, okay.
I got Nina hooked on Texas Hold'em poker.
Yeah.
We used to go out and play it in bars when they had them. Yeah.
Right.
Well, they have online poker games where you can play against virtual people from all over that are live. They even have some free ones.
Yeah, I know. I haven't played that in a while, though.
I remember one time we went out to was it Applebee's, and your sister came to play with us, and I had a really good hand. I had aces, 4 aces, or had like a full house or something like that, and I got beat by her twos. I got beat by her twos.
You got beat by twos and you had 4 aces. How does that happen, Bill?
Yeah.
I don't know cards well enough to understand.
I didn't have 4. It was
3 aces against 4 twos.
Yeah. No, there's only 4. There's only 4 or 4. So there's only 52 cards. So there can only be 4. You know.
Unless you're playing with the decks I played cards with as a kid growing up, where there could be anywhere between 27 and 113 cards, 9 jokers.
My cards always had fish on one and then an old maid on the other.
That's the rules of poker. That's my trump card, the rules of poker. And Carol's Cookies. Hello, Carol. She comes in and says, I like hookers in GTA. Well, thank you. We were just talking about, would Carol like the hookers in GTA? Of course
we were speaking earlier about trading cards from the hookers in Vegas. We want to get into that. Let's see some of these trading cards.
Oh my God. Your mic's picking up pee.
That is so weird.
What's the matter, Bill?
Bill's muted his monitor, and I can see.
Yeah, it says mute, but I can hear him screaming in the background. Like
through Nina's screen.
Yeah, I'm talking through Nina's mic.
Yep.
That's a powerful mic.
That's your Jedi Bill force projection powers, buddy. Force projecting.
Yeah. Your hands are words coming out of my mouth. I try to mute because I was blowing my nose, and then I'm hearing shoot my own horn on the airway.
Well, Bill, you don't even need a mic. We can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I know. Right?
GTA seems to be a big game with people in the chat. Look at it. We mentioned it blows up. Look at this. I like the hookers in GTA. I learned how to drive with GTA. I just like running over lots and lots of people in GTA. Andy Rubia Jill stops at all the lights in GTA.
Yeah, but if you run over a hooker, you get your money back. Same in GTA.
Floxard learned social dynamics through GTA.
You run over a hooker, you get all her day's earnings.
Including yours.
Question, what's a hooker? Exactly. Please describe in full detail. Jill, we need you for a description up here, sweetie.
Please.
Nina, did you have some questions specific to pop culture?
Yeah, when's a good time to get a hold of you? Or you to get a hold of me?
Well, we can message back and forth at any time. As far as me coming on the panel, I can only do it when I'm at home around my laptop, which usually tends to be Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays. But we can text back and forth or message back and forth.
Are you on anybody's Discord?
Discord is the one thing that I have it installed and I have an account. I just haven't used it very much. I have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yeah, you're on my Facebook. I just.
Yeah, I think we're friends on Facebook. But just to enlighten everyone, what we're talking about is her and I are going to get together. We want to do a paranormal chat.
And for those of you who have not joined my Discord, this is an invite to my Discord.
All right, let me copy that.
Yeah.
But her and I want to do a paranormal chat. She subbed some very interesting ghost hunting channels and things like that. We want to share some stories back and forth. And we've been talking about it for a couple months now.
That sounds wonderful. That's excellent. Nina, I had no idea you had that kind of background. What in the paranormal world tickles your fancy? Are you a ghost hunter? Do you like space aliens, Bigfoot hunting? What sort of things?
I just watched it's called Randonautica.
Ramanautica or something. I don't even understand. Randonautica? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a whole series of YouTubers who do this stuff.
And they go out and they
I just followed the link to your server, Bill.
Okay.
They look for things like ghosts or sketchy, things like that. It's really interesting. I'm into that. One of the ones that I watch is called Hunting the Dead. And they were in a bad accident. He broke his back, and her back's not doing well either. So.
And see, that's all the things like that is what I want to get into. I want to expand my channel. I want to start doing videos where I go looking for UFOs or I go looking for Bigfoot. I live in California, so I have all these different things that I can go do. And I'm currently looking at equipment, the best kind of portable cameras, best portable cameras for streaming, all that kind of stuff. So if any of you would like to check out my channel, I'm going to be expanding it with several sub channels with different topics. I'm also going to get into camping. I want to do some on the fly guerrilla camping videos as well. But I don't know what people here are interested in.
You seem to have Sorry.
If you do ghost hunting or anything like that, it's best to have someone with you.
Oh, are you speaking from experience, or?
No, from watching.
From watching. Not only that, though, I want to witness, and obviously, everybody, if you have a witness, that's going to help, other than one person saying, "Look, I caught the biggest fish," right? So yeah, if I can get somebody else along with me, even better. And it's not that I'm afraid; it's just a witness. I want to have a witness. And, it sounds a lot more convincing if two people saw this instead of just one.
Well, just if I might interject here, I think you guys are onto a wonderful idea. The chat seems to agree. It's just blowing up here. Ploxart asks, is Randonautica similar to Emergency 411? Carol, says Nina likes it spooky. Good night, Parrot Head. Take care, buddy. Have a wonderful to see you.
Later, Parrot
Head. Gomer Kyle says, I love paranormal. Watch lots of those shows, though a lot are horse crap. So you guys, you're going to be cutting through. Is that what it is? You're going to be looking for the true story, the real deal? Carlo says, I think ghosts are images of people from the past. The light gets trapped by gravitational distortion and slowly bleeds light out over time. And then we see ghosts, or at least for some time. That's an interesting thing. There's an interesting angle, too. Tricks of the mind or perception, as we know it.
Oh, you said goodnight to Parrot Head, and I haven't even seen Parrot Head in chat. Did I miss him? Because I'm not seeing him.
If you scroll up, I type goodnight to him. Parrot Head, goodnight all. 2:47 my time. So look at 47 your time. unfortunately. I was surprised so many, as soon as you guys started talking about your wonderful idea, people were just, so forgive me if I got a little excited reading everybody's chats here. But if you're going after ghosts, sorry, man, I keep interrupting you, Pop. Go ahead.
No, that's all right.
I was just gonna say, if I can, the reason why I have to be careful what I say is from advice from other YouTubers. Like for example, Pickles is he's fairly knowledgeable, and what I've heard is, and Bird O'Prey confirmed this. For example, if I have one channel that says, "Oh, I like sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, Bigfoot, UFO, ghost," I'm not going to get anybody because that's too broad and not specific or narrow enough. So that what they're saying is to have a main channel, which I guess maybe my name. I'm trying to find something that's general, and then have sub channels below it, and then separate those sub channels for depending on the interests of those people involved. That way, if you guys come in, you don't have to sit through these hours of a ghost video. If you're here you want to hear something about Star Trek, or you don't want to hear, a video about me looking for Bigfoot. If you want to go and see one of my camping videos, so that's the kind of the point I want to make. So I'm trying to be careful on what I mentioned because I don't want to drive other people away from the chat who don't want to hear this garbage.
Of course not. I'm skipping through a lot, guys, but just because this seems to be an unusual question here, or it's more of a statement rather from Ploxart. If you're going after ghosts, Pop, use equipment which records beyond human spectrums. Now, is that something you guys would entertain? Like, say, just for example,
I'm looking at cameras, and they have radios that can pick up the waves, and you can get all sensors.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you can get cameras that can see ultraviolet, and with that, those are actually double fold. Because if this is true, if it's true. Infrared. If it's true, infrared makes it simpler and easier to see UFOs. Apparently, there's a whole spectrum of UFOs that use the cloaking devices that can be seen in infrared. And supposedly, if there's ghosts, they can be seen easier if there's infrared because a lot of them are based on heat. If it's true.
What if they're like Klingon ghosts? Klingons are famous for. I'm teasing you there, but. So really, you guys are going to focus on paranormal activity, paranormal sightings. What about things that are local to you? Now, I know you guys, it's not like you live across the street from each other. This is going to be a long-distance collaboration, a meeting of the minds.
Right, and what'll happen is maybe I'll make Nina a producer because she can give me advice. She's in Arizona, and I'm in California. Mm-hmm. So she's got a lot of experience and knowledge.
Me right now.
At least right now. I wish you were closer, Nina. I would love to meet you in person.
I would like to meet you too, but why are you in California?
Tell me about it, right? Believe me, I want to get out of here too. It's crazy.
Their laws are getting ridiculous.
Believe me, don't sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Don't you still like Salinas, California, Nina?
I don't like any part of California.
The state not
even where your sister lives, Debbie?
No. What they're doing in California is really bad.
It is.
Now, but are you angry with California because of the political climate or the physical land? Because I've been to California. I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, it was. It was beautiful, but they're letting all these people just destroy it.
That's exactly what it is. Between the homeless, the crime, the drugs, the biggest cities are in decline, and it looks like worse. I'm sure everyone here has seen Escape from New York, right? It's worse than that. If you go to LA or San Francisco or any major city, it's worse than that. All crime has been decriminalized. Criminals don't get arrested anymore. They don't go to jail. People live in fear. I'm sure you guys heard about San Francisco where people leave their car doors and windows open so people don't smash them, right? Can you imagine living in a city where you have to leave everything open so people don't break your windows? That's like living in a city where if I say, you know what, I'm going to go walk down the street to the store, but I'm not going to wear any pants today because I'm tired of going through pants. Every time I go through and down the street, I get butt raped and I had to buy a whole new pair of pants. So I'm just going to go around without pants. It's an entire city of cowards.
YouTube edit.
YouTube.
Way to look
That's
at
why no cuss words, no nudity.
No,
You can keep your underwear on if you want.
You said the dreadful R word.
That's well,
Should I
yeah.
say roped?
How about
it was an R word. I'll just say it was an R word. It's one of them. It was one of them controversial YouTube no R word.
Yeah. But
skipping off such an unpleasant topic, but back to, because I do want to finish up hearing about your, without spilling too many beans. Nina, if I may be so bold, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do. I've seen them.
You have.
Then even more we need to talk. By the way, people, I never believed in any of this stuff until I saw a UFO with my own eyes, and that's what changed my whole life forever. So once you see it, it changes everything, right, Nina?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, I have seen ghosts.
Tell us your story, Nina, please.
Well, I only have two stories. It was once I was over at my girlfriend's and I was sleeping over, we had a sleepover still. And I saw this white figure, pure white. It was floating. And of course, I'm old. Kids can see ghosts.
Right.
And then I was at my home in bed, and then I saw a ghost of an animal. I'm not sure what animal it was. Probably a cat.
Interesting.
Okay.
A cat.
A cat ghost. Do you think having a ghost means you have a soul?
I don't really know. I couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Quick little aside for our good friends in the chat. And hello, Thomas Potts. Welcome, buddy. Good to see you here.
Son of a Richard, if I can clarify on that question, when you asked about the ghost of the soul, are you talking about if the ghost has a soul or a ghost is the soul, or what do you mean?
I guess what I meant really is the ghost the manifestation of the soul after death? Is it the coalescence of the being of the person, if a soul is such a thing? Only because when Nina said, it's funny she said that, because my next question would have been, do you think animals have ghosts? We've heard of what am I thinking? Ghost Riders in the Sky or something, that famous song where the Texas Ranger goes to the Texas Rangers are running and they're on their horses. Well, if they're there and they're the souls and the horses are there, it would suggest horses have a soul to me. This really isn't my ballywig, guys. I am trying to be helpful here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but
no, that's fine. We can all be speculating.
Yeah. What about the folks in the chat? I see there's a lot of support here for Nina and Pop, as well there should be, as well as expected. What do you guys think? Do you think their ghosts are real? And if so, do you think they're souls or not? There's a little question to throw out just out of curiosity. Give the guys something to talk about. Billy, what were you saying?
I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but if there are ghosts there, I believe they are disembodied spirits who are, I don't know,
not happy,
stuck in limbo, or I don't know.
Stuck in limbo. It seems to be the general consensus seems to be that they're looking for something they can't find, and that's what's keeping them behind.
Hello, Jack Law.
Good evening, Jack.
Says last time I left a big city, on the way out, there was a cop trying to pull back a man out of a vehicle through a window, and he was yelling at the cop, and I have a seatbelt out. Is going to work? What?
It's not going to work. And wasn't pulling back a man; he was pulling a black man out of a vehicle through the window. So horrible to hear. Sorry you went through that. And what about you, Pop? I mean, you and I have talked vaguely on this subject once or twice. I know you have a bit of a spiritual side to you, and that you think the world is comprised, the universe itself is comprised of a lot more than what we can see. What in the realm of the paranormal is it for you that makes you want to pursue this as a show, as a entertainment, something to bring to the masses, an education tool, if nothing else? What do you love about that?
Well, like UFOs, I've never believed them until I saw it. And once I did, it's like, okay, like many other people who have seen them before me, I want to be the one who actually gets that photo or that video, and I could show people and say, look, there it is. See, it's not blurry. It's very clear. You know, the video is more than 2 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
But with ghosts, I believe I wanted to bring up is, and this is another thing that it could be fake, but there's videos, and we once Nina and I host a show. There are videos out there that are surveillance videos, just regular security videos of cameras in hospitals, and they show people in their hospital beds. And there's a few videos that shows that when the people are in their beds, when they die, and the heart rate monitor goes to beep in a steady line, you could see a white mist or something coming out of their body and floating upwards. There's actually videos of that. And then
well, you have heard. Sorry.
I was going to say, and they also say, I don't know if it's true, but that when you die, you lose a few ounces or
0.28 grams, isn't it?
It's something very light, supposedly. And then apparently you soon become dead weight after that.
Right. The energy or whatever it is. I mean,
if
we kind of run on electrical energy.
Yeah, but if it's
what
true,
happens to that?
Has weight. 21
grams, says Ploxer. Thank you. I couldn't remember the weight. But yeah,
there was
21 grams.
Right, like for example, a lot of people debate near-body experiences or near-death experiences where people in the hospital and they supposedly have the dream that while they were being operated on or while they were dying, they saw the whole thing from up above. We've all heard that, but there's actually a story that's been documented where one person, I can't remember if it was a man or a woman, had a near-death experience in the hospital. They were being given CPR and everyone was fighting to bring them to life. Not only were they able to describe everything from up above looking down, but they described the lamps that were hanging in the ceiling. On the upper side of the lamps, you could see the brand name and the type of lamps, and they actually described those, and that's what made it interesting. It's something you can only see from the top and above the ceiling lamps, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does. I've heard similar things, fantastic tales of the things that technically are impossible, right? From
Correct.
what we can now, how can you leave your body but people claim, and then they were able to report things. That sort of thing certainly lends credence to me. Checking through the chat, Bill, you want to look because a few people have been answering the questions, or you want me to answer it because I asked the question?
Yeah.
It sounds like everybody wants a hot Bill.
What?
Sorry, Bill.
Which
Were you sleeping, Bill?
No, I wasn't sleeping.
Multitasking.
Don't give it. Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was multitasking. Damn it. I was like, what specifically were you?
No, I was just looking back here. A few minutes ago, I asked the chat what they were thinking about ghosts and where they stood on the paranormal, basically. And from 2:59 my time, so whatever 59 your time, Thomas Potts, he's the first guy to answer.
He once said he was there was a plane with your feet, but until he took a look under the sheets, it was his cat. Mm-hmm.
Carol says that she's telling a whole bunch of stories about ghosts. Why don't you come on here and tell us, Carol? Come on, Carol, come on, wake up, let's go.
Thomas follows with, I believe in ghosts, but not everything weird that happens is a ghost. No argument. I don't know what is real anymore. Too much has changed to make accurate assessments, says Ploxard. Sorry, Ploxard. Biting my tongue tonight for some reason. Jack's Law. And we all looked at the whole line of cards. We looked right into the black guy's eyes with the same shock he was looking at us. Yeah, sounds like a terrible thing you witnessed there, buddy. Very sorry. But I think I can lean towards the cosmic consciousness that we are all a part of. We are a small part of that. It exists for experiences and then rejoin afterwards. So reincarnation could be possible. That's Carlo. Carlo pitches in with that.
Well, let me ground everyone in reality here for a second. The Bible, I've read it a couple times, all right?
Reality? How dare you?
Right. Sorry about speculation, but this is another example of soothing the people who are dying because people are afraid to die, all right? Everyone says everywhere that when someone dies, you're going to heaven. I'll see you up there. I'll meet you up there. You're going to be happy as soon as you kick the bucket. But according to the Bible, remember, according to the Bible, everyone, when you die, you and your soul and everything else stays underground until Revelation. And that's when the second coming comes. And Jesus says, okay, and then arises his army, which is the Christian army, to fight against the bad guys. So if people would read the Bible like they're supposed to, then that means that when you die, you're going to be in your grave, your soul and everything, like a light switch, turned off until the second coming, if and when that happens. That seems to be a little point that everyone seems to forget constantly.
So the trick is to stay alive until the day before Revelation.
Right, exactly, right.
But
put it on your,
it's all just rubbish and poppycock.
Rubbish and poppycock. Is that agnostic?
Yeah. What if it's rubbish?
Is that agnostic or is that atheist?
That's Jedi Bill.
That's Jedi Bill. That's I don't give a shit.
That's I don't, you know.
That's a Billism if I've ever heard it. Gomer Kyle 79. You believe? I believe you do believe. He says, I agree with the cosmic consciousness subject to. I agree with the cosmic consciousness subjectively viewing itself. Subjectively viewing itself.
Agree.
Bite my tongue. We all knew what we were trying to get away from, and we were not going to fight over the ground, says Jack's Law. I don't think science disproves God, but shows the methods used, says Carlo. I don't think science disproves God, but shows the methods used. Interesting. UFOs are technically 100% real, says Thomas, a term for unidentified flying objects. Is it aliens or just unknown aircraft? I'm more of a UFO guy, to be honest with you guys, if we're talking about the strange paranormal.
Well, now that they've changed the term, I think they're UAVs or something. They keep changing the term, but it tends to refer to extraterrestrial or things that could be from here or from our past.
I still call them UFOs if they are UFOs.
Right. Haven't they? Some idiots out there changed the term. It's now something else. But that's even the pedants are going. Why'd they change it? But
right, exactly.
Not UFO anymore. It's something else. Or fucking pedant week.
UAV or something ridiculous, right?
PFJ or something like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sticking with UFO, even as a pedant. Who don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's flying. I can't identify it. And it's an object. It's fucking UFO. Come on, now.
Has anyone here ever heard of Admiral Byrd and his expedition to Antarctica?
I haven't.
Of course.
Yeah. After World War II, they went looking for a bunch of missing Nazis. A lot of them disappeared just off the face of the earth with a lot of technology, I might add. There was rumors that they may have went to Antarctica, which was the only place they could not be found. Otherwise, everywhere else they were searching. So supposedly the Americans government put the largest fleet together of destroyers and battleships and all this crazy stuff, led up by Admiral Byrd, to go to Antarctica and investigate and try to look for supposedly, ex-Nazis or the hiding Nazis from World War II. And according to Admiral Byrd, and there's actually videos of speeches of him, he supposedly inadvertently stumbled across the inner earth and went inside. And he said inside there were Nazis, there were aliens coming up and out, all this kind of crazy stories. He said once you get closer to the inner earth, it starts turning, even though this is Antarctica, it turns warm like paradise, he said. And there's like a complete interview. And then the government immediately, and by the way, I forgot to mention, they were attacked. Their fleet was almost completely destroyed.
Oh.
And all that is historical history.
We lost Dalek.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dalek.
Darling.
Good night,
You're okay,
Dalek.
Dalek.
Hold on to that plunger. I'm holding out a plunger for you, sir.
Do not exterminate.
How have we not seen Admiral Byrd Nazi Hunter, the movie?
Well, I'm
That-
telling you, that's
there's
another
a crime.
subject we're going to cover. But there's video, and there's he was very adamant. I can go on and on. Neil Armstrong, he's the surviving astronaut, right? Is he the one that's surviving? Did you guys hear where a few years ago they sent Neil Armstrong and plus the Pope and everyone to Antarctica? Did you guys hear about that?
No.
No.
They had
Are you setting up a joke?
No, this is serious. They had a summit with the Pope and all the world's leaders, and I think it was Neil Armstrong. If he's one still alive, or it's Buzz Aldrin. I get the names mixed up. But anyway, Neil Armstrong had a heart attack. What happened there shocked him so much he had a heart attack. And there was a video when he came out saying that basically it's all true. There's UFOs, there's aliens, all this kind of stuff, and they immediately redacted it. Supposedly, what the summit was for is they were asking the world's leaders and the world's Christian leaders that, hey, if we introduce aliens to people, can they handle it? Will they be able to mentally accept it? And according to the Catholic Church, they said, yes, our people can. But the main thing to take away from this is it caused Neil Armstrong to have a heart attack. And when he came out, he was basically saying the sky is falling. And I thought that was very interesting because he doesn't usually lie.
He doesn't usually lie. That guy.
Well, I say usually because, them going to the moon is still up for debate. I think they went for the moon. I think they went to the moon, but I think there was two different missions. I think there was one that was staged for us on Earth, and there was one that actually really did happen that went to look for things that they're not telling us.
Just on a pedantic, by the way, regards to the chat, the dark side of the moon and the far side of the moon aren't the same thing, except when they are. So on a new moon, the dark side of the moon is the near side that's facing us. So the dark side's always rotating, but the far side, because it happens to be in a locked orbit, the far side is always the far side.
Right.
Dark Side of the Moon, one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs.
That's where I think the confusion comes from. The album's called The Dark Side of the Moon, but with regards to landing, we're thinking of the far side of the moon. It's not the same thing, except on a full moon when it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there are actual photos of structures on the other side of the moon as well. Very tall ones.
When I asked the chat earlier about their belief in the supernatural and stuff, I have to absolutely, Carol, I love you. Predictable as rain. Carol's Cookies responds with a threat. I can promise you I will come back and hunt you all when I go.
Okay. Let me know, Carol. What would you be wearing?
Thomas Potts is definitely going to hunt Jedi Bill. Captain Marty Spock with Cosmic Collective Consciousness seems likely. Yes, I do believe you. Carol's Cookies, please bring a picnic basket. Sorry, mate.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of there used to be this crappy show on television with Della Reese called Touched by an Angel. My mother used to watch it. And it was like the old story where it was a ripoff of Quantum Leap, right? Except this time it's this lady every week who's going through whatever. She's supposed to be an angel helping people with their lives. And I would go to my mother's house and visit her, and she would start saying, "Oh, how I love this show. I love Touched by an Angel." And I said, strange, for an angel, every week she changes her hair and she's wearing different makeup, huh? I don't know that many angels that are that vain. Angels, if they exist, they appear in one form and they stay in that one form. They don't wear different hair and makeup from week to week. But she didn't quite get that, what I was trying to say.
You were being too technical. You were being too technical.
Well, and she was Della Reese was old at the time, and she was very overweight, so she was really caking that makeup on, and all I can see is vanity, and that is the opposite of what a supposed angel is supposed to be.
Well, she was also on a television show, so I get it, But yeah, to each their own. I dimly remember Touched by an Angel. I can't say I really ever watched it.
It was spawned from Highway to Heaven. It was like a
right. Yeah, Michael Landon and
he died.
French.
Right, Martin. Yeah, Michael Landon died, so they had, he was, when he died, he was still in the prime, and they were getting great ratings, but they couldn't continue the show, so they basically spun it off to Touched by an Angel.
Carol's cookie story at Creep Pete from Creepy Little Book Out. Her story. Carlos says they place pictures on top of things in a surgery now, so if it happens, people can tell them the pictures they saw if it matches.
Ah, yes, good. That's scientific.
Oh. Do you have to volunteer for that? Is it automatic, or do they do it during every surgery? I mean, I'd volunteer for that.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the frame of mind, I'm dying here on the operating table. If I'm in the frame of mind, here, by the way, everybody, can you bring out some pictures? Can you do a selfie while we're at it? And I want this stream live on YouTube.
Good point, Thomas. Not tonight, says Carol. I'm not feeling super great. Sweetie.
Yeah, she's been under the weather lately. Yeah, she hasn't been feeling well.
Oh, I thought we were talking a sex thing. Sorry, my bad. Anti-Derivative Joe responds, in my grave until Jesus summons my zombie. Nope.
Wow. Right, Jesus was the first zombie. Remember that, everybody. Jesus was the first zombie.
Jesus built my hot rod. I'm going to face myself twice before reaching those lands, says Blocksard. What is this heaven, and have we destroyed it? What if this is heaven? I'm sorry, I misread your quote. What if this is heaven and we have destroyed it? Okay, right, hope not.
No, this is that's the opposite. This is hell, and when you get the odd moment of heaven, it's quite beautiful, and that's what makes it earth. You're welcome.
That is true.
Okay.
Euphoria, true euphoria. That rare feeling we don't see very often, right?
And the fact that it is so rare. I mean, in heaven, you're feeling euphoria every minute. It gets pretty fucking boring after a while. Here, it's so rare, it makes it even more special.
Well, yeah, especially according to religion, when you get up there, there's gold, riches, pearls, and diamonds, because we know how much we need all that stuff when we're up there, right?
Yeah, I never did understand why people choose to get married with precious jewelry.
Well, they do that because they want you to give them your valuables before you leave. They say, don't worry, there's more up there to replace it, so give us what you have before you kick the bucket.
My Lord Blackadder, could it be? I've made green, my lord.
I like Rowan Atkinson.
You're the dark side, Cockney, says Carol's Cookies.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You never went to the moon before, didn't the U.S. ever call us liars?
Because they'd have to. Well, good question. I'm not saying whether I believe or not if it's true, but what I said, if I can repeat myself, is I believe we made it to the moon, even though for some reason, inexplicably, today we don't have the hardware or technology to do it.
I am the dark side.
But the Russians would have to have evidence that we did not. I think that the equal question is the Russians, if they wanted to claim that it was fake, they would have had to have some evidence to state that, support that theory. They were overwhelmed with what we gave them. Everybody was at the time. I'm not saying it's fake. I do believe we sent people up there, but it's not what we saw on TV for us in the audience. They had two different channels they transmitted on. Those astronauts were told that if you see anything out of the ordinary, anything paranormal like UFOs or aliens, you're going to report that on channel B, for example. All of us were on channel A. And they said not only you're going to be on the second channel, but refer to it as code name Santa Claus. And when those aliens were on the moon, there's recordings, you can still hear it now, where they said, Mission Control, we are standing on the edge of the crater and we're looking up and we see Santa Claus. And they said right there, you can still hear the recordings, that the aliens were all lined up on the side of the crater looking down at them. It was huge spaceships, supposedly. And by the way, let's not forget, everyone, we sent and bombed the moon with a nuclear bomb. And it, according to NASA and official records, it rang like a bell for several hours. So the moon is hollow, they're saying. And with a metallic
How would they
under the
know
crust.
that, though? How would they know that?
Because, Bill, if it was a solid rock, like we would assume and think, if you set off a bomb, it would just go thump. When they set off a bomb, it rang like a bell and vibrated for hours, like something hollow. That's a matter of fact. It's not speculation. That's another reason why you need to attend my stream, Bill. All the more for you to learn, right? Yeah. Everything I'm mentioning to you guys, once we put the stream together, I will back it up by photos, videos, audio, all that stuff.
Oh, sounds like a very interesting stream.
I'm telling you, it is.
When did you say it's As
soon as possible, especially once Nina and I get together and get a topic. Maybe we can be like co-hosts.
Carol's Cookie says, prove it.
I think I just
Carol's Cookies. You will soon learn a great many things. Ha 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 ha.
Has anyone here ever heard of Billy Meyer, the UFO guy?
I've heard of Lindsay Ellis.
One-armed, poor farmer in Switzerland with one arm, I'll repeat, who has the most convincing UFO footage ever. He actually, according to him, if it's true, he said he became friends with them. He called them, he actually named them. He said they're from the system of Pleiades. And he had pictures supposedly of all their ships and everything in clear detail and even video footage. Shirley MacLaine, the actress, flew all the way out there and spent a few weeks with them, apparently many celebrities did. And there's an old video set called the Billy Meyer Collection. I'm trying to restore it and find it all. There's 3 parts of it on videotape. It's never been produced on DVD.
Here you go, Thomas Potts. Proof that I sleep on my streams.
If I can ask a question, Blocksurge says the moon rang like a bell. There are stones on Earth which make ringing sounds when struck. How long do they ring? Maybe my question. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just curious.
Hello, Raquel.
You guys do know that there's evidence that there was a period where there was no moon, right? That there was actually a historical period where there was no moon. And then there was actually a time, because now we speak of before Christ and after Christ and AD and all that.
But where did the moon come from?
Well, that's what I'm saying is
was a leftover rock in space?
No, apparently according to speculation, if it's true, we originated on Mars. Mars went through a war. The atmosphere on Mars was destroyed. We terraformed Earth. We brought it here, but we needed the correct gravitational pull. So if it's true, they constructed the moon and brought it here. The time before BC, AD, and all that used to be called before and after the moon. And there's documented evidence where there was a period with no moon. Then there was a period where people said the moon arrived, but then it was described as like a god. This is back in the days where people were very primitive. But they described it as the moon arriving and a before and an after period. And that was actually how they were basing their time until we changed it to BC and AD. It was before moon and after moon. When you guys hear this garbage where they say, well, no, an asteroid hit the Earth and a chunk broke off and formed to become the moon, that is definitely, positively not true.
That's interesting.
And here's another thing, too. The moon is tidal locked, like Cockney was talking about, meaning so it's mostly facing Earth the entire time.
Yes.
That we're rotating, right? If that's right, okay, if that's the case, let's say if that's true, which it is, we've all seen it our entire lives, we're always seeing the same side of the moon. Why is it full of craters unless asteroids are hitting it from Earth?
Tidal lock, son of a red shirt.
Right, it's tidal lock, but think about this. Wouldn't all the crater hits on the moon be on the other side and not the side that faces Earth? Because nothing comes flying from Earth to hit the moon, right? The only way that moon could have craters on this side that we can see is if it came from somewhere else. And those craters were created before it came here. I'm not an expert. Unless someone else can give me a better explanation of how there's craters on this side of the moon, I'm willing to hear it. I'm sure you guys hear that every day, don't you?
No, I don't hear it.
Just kidding. Sorry. Don't mean to bore you to death.
Don't you wish your moon was titled "Look Like Me"?
I was talking to somebody last week. Who was it? I don't remember. I talked to so many people on these channels, but I actually spoke to somebody last week who said that the sun rotates around the Earth. I was like, okay.
Hang on. So, Jill, what's your? Because I've heard that the Earth came from the moon. They were separate, then they were together, and now they're separate again. But that's my understanding of that. That's like the official agreed scientific explanation, which may or may not be correct, but that's the official one, isn't it? Or am I not keeping up with my reading?
I think it was Carl Sagan who even said the moon is an anomaly that cannot be explained because it makes no sense. It's nothing like any other moon surrounding any other planet in our solar system.
A paradox is the truth standing on its head to get your attention. What?
And like I said,
there must be a reason, even if the reason is we live in the Matrix or it's just a big trick performed by Jedi Bill.
Well, look at it this way. If people would ask, well, why would the moon be brought here? Why? Well, think about the detriment of this planet if you took it away. That's the reason why it's here.
Did you know that Earth is also magnetized?
Yes, it is. And we have magnetic waves, which are constantly changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And according to, if it's true, and I don't want to get too much into this Cockney, but if it's true, and there are spaceships that use space travel, not time travel, space travel.
Chelsea now.
Right, Chelsea now. Sorry, Bam. So if they fly through space and they use planets, apparently, supposedly, they use the gravitational pull of those planets to pull them towards it, and also to hop from one to another. And they use the gravitational waves within the planet to keep afloat, if it's true. Anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity for the win. Sorry,
gravity.
I just got back.
Gravity is a force. I mean, it wouldn't be better to say pro-electromagnetic, since that is a stronger force than gravity.
Possibly.
You're right now.
But some of the best, clearest videos of UFOs, like the one from APRA said, Billy Meyer, shows these ships. These are film where they're riding on it looks like water, but they're in the air. So it's like they're on a gravitational wave, but they're being affected by Earth's winds. This is an uneducated, one-armed farmer on a little farm in Switzerland. But he got the biggest, most famous pictures ever created by one person.
What is your bias against the educated, one-armed people? I want to know.
Because it was the one-armed man. Oh,
it was the one-armed man, right? And
where's Barry Morris? Where's what's his name?
Just don't trust two armed, educated people. Got to stay away from that, right?
Those sons of guns. Those sons of guns. Okay, well,
pop culture.
Oh,
talk about gravity, right?
Yes.
See this Napoleonic soldier?
Yes, I do.
Right. He's immune to gravity. What? Explain that.
Isn't that
he is anti-gravity? Sir.
There it is.
How can that be? Isn't that made out of aluminium?
There's proof there that we all live on a flat Earth, right there. It's proven. Finally, all of us have been wrong the entire time.
No.
Explain that to me.
No.
Hey, what's going on there?
No magnets involved. No glue allowed.
Well, no, it's a magnet. That's the answer. But apparently that's what made Albert Einstein go, wow, I've got to get into science. What the fuck is going on here? We all take it for granted. Right. Look at that. Gravity, fuck you.
Magnets, how do they work?
Well, you guys know, they built a hoverboard that does hover, but the floor is specially designed. So the hoverboard has magnets on the bottom of it, and then they have opposite magnets on the floor, and it actually does hover through the room.
Potts, it's witchcraft, I tells you.
Witchcraft. It is. Burn the witch. Burn the witch.
Ben Kenobi was right. You see, there is a force, Luke, that surrounds us, penetrates us, and binds the galaxy together. I talk, of course, of gravity. But then gravity, what's that? A fart in the wind compared to the immense strength of the electromagnetic force.
And
Fuck you, gravity.
Speaking of penetration, let me show you this back room over here.
Ha ha!
Wow. Sorry.
It always comes down to magnets and butt stuff with you two. What the fuck is wrong?
Well, the old man who's inviting kids into his
magnetic
house, right?
knickers. It's the new thing.
They got that for a long time. Magnets, biomagnets. There was a company up here in North America, saying this to our international friends. They were putting out the theory that you wear magnets in bracelets and in knee pads and stuff like that, and the magnets will like realign your.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about pyramids or anything, but
the
they were
came out with
swearing.
pyramids. Yeah, they came out saying they would heal you and karma, and it'll fix your aura and all this good stuff. Yeah, a lot of people fell for it.
But I don't know if the psychosomatic factor played a key or not. My old man was given one of those. He was a champion golfer. He was Canadian senior champion, super senior champion. He was a veteran golfer. And arthritis started to fuck with his wrist on his right arm. And he'd suffered bad from it, but he'd still go out there and play. Somebody gave him one of these. And he came to me like a week later. He says, listen, I thought all this shit was bullshit my whole life. But he said, this is really doing something. He says, I can honestly feel, now that I've been wearing it for a week, my wrist is loose and everything like that. I wonder if there's anything to that, or was that purely psychosomatic?
Right, it could
a
be
placebo.
a placebo.
He believed him. My old man was tough as fuck. Like, I've seen him do shit that would kill most people, but to him, a simple bracelet, a copper bracelet that had a couple of magnets in, gave him more relief than any medication, any exercise, anything else. Whether it's psychosomatic or not, there has to be some value to that.
At least it was
Would you not
effective.
say?
Right,
Yeah.
it worked one way or another. Like I said, a placebo, right?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
That Carla, I don't know if you read this. I just read the first line. It reminded me last night. What was that song Red Shirt was singing? The old Monty Python. The moon and lights revolve about 1,000,000 miles an hour.
The planet. Yeah.
That was a great tune.
And Deej came on. That was great.
Yeah.
Said, right side of life. Oh.
Ooh, we're down the chat. Raquel. Hello, Raquel. How are you?
Yes, there we go.
I like the medication placebo, said Carlo. You're a big fan of sugar pills? I like them in my coffee. Magnets or electric fields?
Yeah, electromagnetic force. That is, if you get into it, so that's two things. Bill, if you're feeling tired, you should wrap up and chill. Chill, Bill. Chill, Bill.
I should. I've been pushing myself quite hard over the last 24 hours.
I need. Sorry.
I'm not
I
going to go
need
back.
to give Pop Culture my phone number.
Folks, I'm doing so much YouTubing. I'm forgetting my main job. I'm gonna go watch a movie.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say you were going to go be a father, but okay, a movie's a good option too. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you.
BRB.
Yeah. I need rest. I need rest. I'll say it and die like, I need rest. Rest is good. You should get some rest too, Carol. You've been up too much sometimes. I hear things. Did you want to leave that in the studio chat for Pop Culture, Nina?
I can do the back chat, the private chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got back.
Yeah. I'm going to leave you my phone number.
Okay, Nina, can you send it on my Facebook?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, I don't want you to do it here publicly. So
Yeah.
No, I was going to do it in the private chat. No one can see it, but
okay, perfect.
the group that's up here.
Perfect.
That's right. No one can see it. Put it in the private. Put his number in the private. I need a pen. No, nothing. Go ahead. Yes. What?
Nina, do you text?
Yes, I do.
All right, sounds good.
Very slowly.
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry. I'm a very patient person. I'm gonna put my number as well, Nina.
And the reason why I do it slowly is because I have a flip phone. I don't have one of those stupid smartphones.
What kind of flip phone? Oh my God! I give you credit for patience.
They're more reliable. Still are to this day. A flip phone's more reliable than a smartphone.
Well, they are, but you have to push like A, B, B 3 times if you want the letter C, and then G, D, F. It takes a while. So I don't want. I want to make it easier for you, Nina. So I'm sending my phone number now. You can send yours if you'd like. I'm going to send mine.
I just did.
Well, yeah.
All right.
In the studio chat here.
And there's mine. I'm going to save you now. My contact.
Where are my cruise tickets, Bill?
Hey, they were stolen by a bunch of little munchkins. What can I tell you? They were stolen by little munchkins. Little Jawas took them. I don't know. They're never coming. They beat me up for it. Can you believe me? Don't you believe me, Thomas Bot? They beat me up for it. They stole your cruise ticket, Thomas Bots.
All right, Nina, I saved your information, my contacts. I will definitely keep in touch. Like I said, I mostly have weekends or like Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays off seem to work, but I can always adjust my schedule if necessary. I've actually been shopping around options today for portable cellular service that I can hook up to my laptop. So if everything works, I can take it with me to work and I can have it every night.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I hear those things are pricey, but good luck. Seriously. I hope you get it.
Thomas is after cruise tickets. And Carol's wondering where the hell are her goggles. Oh, God.
Yes, they are expensive, and I'm not even sure if my current laptop is compatible. But I was looking, and if I'm going to be doing remote streaming, I'm going to need something like that. So that's why I need to look into that for the future. I'm looking at a drone, a 4K drone as well.
Yeah, drones are good.
Yes.
What do you need a drone for?
To scout out a location before you go there.
Oh, like a video camera, like, you're okay.
Right. Recon, right? You're just like, okay, I want to see what's over on the other side of that hill before I actually walk over there, right?
Really? You're counting, Thomas Potts? You're counting, really? Really, Thomas?
Thomas Potts says, this is like the 50 skis you've had, Bill. Where are my cruise tickets? Which cruise? Are these like on the Disney cruise lines or what?
I don't know what he speaks of. He's speaking to a figment of his own imagination.
His own imagination.
Well, yeah. There never were any Thomas Potts. You know why? Because I'm the devil.
Nina, this was directed at a pop culture curator, but I think it would be salient for you. Anti-Derivative Jill writes, you can text pretty easily on a flip phone using the T9 shortcut method. Are you aware of that?
No, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, tell us more.
Told you what Jill shared. You can text pretty easily on a flip phone using the T9 shortcut method. I think this is maybe something like it's a little program you download on a flip phone that now just makes it easier. I might be wrong. Jill, feel free to correct me if you like. Not that. I used when flip phones were popular before the smartphones came out. I had one, but it was I had two, and then one bust on a job site, and I got the next one. The next one was an ABC phone, meaning like it was a text phone, but it didn't have a proper QTO or whatever you say the name of a typewriter keyboard is. It was alphabetically. So I ended up, it took me like 6 months, but I got used to that. And what little typing ability I had went right at the effing window. To this day, I still like ham fist the type with my thumbs. Oh, it was a mistake. I don't know if the T9's a shortcut for that, but it would have been helpful in those days.
Well, I recommend Swipe. That might solve a lot of your problems. Or Swipe, SWYPE. Look it up.
Okay.
You can't do it on a flip phone, but if I'm talking to Ghost for Redshirt, if he has a regular phone with a glass interface with touchscreen, Swipe it's easier than pecking at the little tiny miniature keyboard on the screen.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right. Quite often I use the talk to text feature.
How accurate is that?
You know what? It learns from you, but again, it's weird because I have it on my tablet and I got it on my phone. On the phone, it works better. It seems to understand my voice better. You guys, if you see me type in the chat, I'm sure once or twice you see me lose my shit and say stuff like "fucking autocorrect, I hate you, son of a bitch, you." Because it just the most random stuff comes out of my autocorrect.
Well, speech to text and autocorrect are two different things. So autocorrect, I know we all understand.
Yes, but they'll link together through the end result. My problem with autocorrect is I'll say something like, "Hey, Pop Culture, how you doing? How's your day, buddy?" And I'll see it type it out. Great, it's fine. I have to physically reach over and press a little blue key to send, and the billionth of a second, my finger comes into contact with that. The entire sentence shrinks, enlarges, and it says, "Pop Culture, you fucking Nazi." Boom, and it says that off. And I'm, what? I didn't type that. No.
Yes. And sometimes it almost seems like it's intentional because it'll really put some really horrible phrases in there, really condescending things.
Yeah.
My sister got a smartphone. She hated it.
All right.
She would go call Mom's cell. Call who? She said that about 3 times, and then she said, "Forget it, I'll do it myself."
Right, which means what's the point, right?
Yeah. She did that with my texting also. She texted something about 3 times, and it's like, "Forget it, I'll do it myself."
I don't trust voice recognition. I don't think we're really there yet. It's hit and miss.
No.
Well, so just to surmise, pop culture curator Nina Green will be joining forces sometime soon to present. I'm sorry, I didn't get the name of this. Have you guys workshopped that yet, or is this still in the toddler stages? You're bringing stuff.
Yeah, embryonic, I would say yes. Like I said, I still need to break it up into several channels. I need to figure out which ones, what the topics are, and kind of get my stuff straight. Which brings me back to the point is I need to be able to spend more time on my computer than 2 or 3 days a week if I want to get into this stuff done. So I need to be able to take my computer on the road.
Right. Yeah, why don't you? I mean, there's Wi-Fi all over the place, though, brother. I mean, you have hotels, coffee shops.
I'm not. Like I'm not always near Wi-Fi, and if I am, the signal's not strong enough where I can do like any kind of streaming or downloading or any kind of rendering. Turtles.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, you should have images like that flowing up on the back every now and then. Nice, beautiful nature stuff.
Yeah.
I like
Carla writes, "I believe there's a lot more to reality than science today believes. I think science should be more free in consideration to previous sciences being incorrect or incomplete. We're just at the beginning."
I agree. And another thing that I really don't like, I think science, all knowledge should be for everyone. I don't think it should be held back for certain people. That's a big problem. There's a lot that we know that we're aware that they're not telling us, and I don't think that's fair.
That's very true.
We're us as a species on Earth. We all deserve to have the same knowledge. They're using it for power so they keep themselves above us, which is not right.
Well, knowledge is power. Essentially, we've all heard that phrase before.
It is.
And power in the wrong hands is a lethal thing. So,
Yes.
Well, I do believe general knowledge, medical knowledge, historical knowledge should be readily available for the masses. I do believe there is room for keeping secrets. I don't like them, but I can understand the necessity. Thomas, thanks, but that was actually Captain Kirk. He says, Ghost of a Jedi. Oh my God, Jedi Bill killed him. Oh.
Have any of you heard of a mantis shrimp?
Oh yeah, those punching ones that can like beat the shit out of a crab or a clam or something. Right?
They're right. They can punch so much that they can generate more heat than is on the surface of the sun, and it actually boils water.
Wow, more heat than the surface of the sun would boil water. Who would guess?
It boils the water for a split second. And this is in the ocean. There's video of it, and they're so strong that the equivalent is if they were the size of us, if we were a human, we could punch through steel. But they're very beautiful. It's interesting. It's one of those things in nature that they say if it's the more beautiful and attractive it is, the deadlier, right?
Yeah, quite often true. Quite often true. You were just showing us pictures of tiger or lionfish, you said, Bill?
There was a lionfish in the background.
Yeah.
Lionfish.
Those are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $800 fish in the fish hobby world.
I like puffer fishes too.
Mm-hmm. I like halibut. With a nice side of chips, crunchy batter, lemon.
Nina, when you said puffer fish, you haven't eaten one, have you?
No.
Okay.
What do they call that? The Japanese? Isn't there a specific name?
I'm not sure.
Or
I don't know, but I know it's got to be cooked one way, or it's got to be cooked right, or you're dead. Japanese turtle. Bill.
Ooh, I like twiddles.
Huh?
This video you're showing, Bill. What did you search under? What search topic?
I'll put it back.
Oh no, I'm not criticizing. I was
a tortoise or a turtle.
I'm asking Bill if you can show a mantis shrimp. Can you do that? Do you know can you the same way you're showing the turtle? For those of us that haven't seen them, because they're really, really interesting.
There's
like Foxford says, mantis shrimp produce power comparable to projectiles from a gun. That is true.
And Antiderivative Chill states those mantis shrimp can see more colors than we can too.
By far. Oh, that's another thing too. Their eyes, they can see more colors on more wider scale on the color spectrum than anything else on Earth. Can you imagine if we had that kind of vision? All the things we could see that we're not seeing now.
That's right. Floxard, thank you. Fugu. That was the name I was looking for. Fugu. And Carlo writes, I think that all animals can communicate with each other, or at least communicate intentions. And the story of Babel is the story of humanity losing its ability with overthinking / evolution or something. The story of Babel, the Tower of Babel, the whole idea of instant communication, instant understanding between cultures and people. I love that idea.
Tower of Babel.
Tower of
Babel.
That's a white tip shark.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Babel. Babel. Babel has 2 B's. Babel. It's Babel.
Okay, why don't you read the fucking chats, Mr. Know-It-All? Fuck you.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
I've noticed that no one likes being corrected. Sorry, I shouldn't do it in public. Praise in public, criticize in private.
Yes,
I know.
you're right. Fine. I know, Babel. I made a mistake. You both.
But the Tower of Babel kind of makes sense because everyone ends up babbling because God said
Babbling, yeah.
So
Right.
in a way, you're right.
Well, the word Babel is supposed to derive from Babel.
They are.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to derive from an almost like a plural form. It's like almost like singular is Babel and plural is Babel.
Right.
Bill,
Yeah.
can you turn on my TV?
Yeah. I'll turn on your TV.
Okay, good.
Are you gonna be taking off here, Nina?
No, not yet.
Okay. What are you gonna
Whenever
watch?
the-
What are you gonna watch? What's on tonight?
I watch YouTube and I watch things like Jasco and the ones I told you about.
Oh, now that you have my phone number and I have yours, that's the first question. I want you to send me the links to those channels when you get a chance. Okay. Bill can help you.
Yeah, I can. Well,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, but Bill, I just gave you an assignment, Bill. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I need his help in getting me backstage with Pixels.
Well, Bill's smart and he knows what and he's very patient and he's very kind, so he's the man to help.
He's smart, he's patient, he's kind, he's already lend a hand to anybody. Hey, Bill, you got $50 I could borrow, buddy?
Yeah, right. Why Volcano Watch?
That's live?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pretty, huh?
Oh yeah, and those volcanoes, they can create some excellent tunnels underneath and underground caves.
Volcanoes.
Yeah, beautiful and terrifying at the same time. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. Just
No.
the sulfur and
Yes.
on top of that.
All
But it
the
does make
energy.
a pretty picture.
It does. It's just too bad, that we haven't found a way to harness all that energy. That's a lot of energy going to waste.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be harness the power of a volcano.
Yep. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's just possibly in our future. There's a lot of things that are on the horizon that we just don't quite see yet.
Yep.
Pop culture.
Yes, sir.
I'm half an hour behind what you said, but I've been really mulling over it. The whole tidal thing, it's a really practical, basic thing, and I know it's not possible for everyone, certainly not all the time. Basically, going to the beach, I just love going deep in the ocean, almost to the point where I'm going to get carried away forever. And then I just start looking at the tide and the waves, and I'm thinking everything is happening. It's completely happening because of the moon and gravity. And that's just when you're just out there in the ocean, surrounded by nothing. It's just really, you can just get really lost in that thought. Just everything's happening right now. It's all gravity and the moon. Wow.
It's like a perfect lightning in a bottle. It's all perfect. I mean, everything's perfect. We're very fortunate for that. Without the moon, we wouldn't have any of it.
It's such a perfect cosmic balance. It really just gets you thinking about, the layout of the universe. Some things are so perfect, you're like, wow. But then,
is it really a coincidence? Yeah, is it
it's
really a coincidence?
But yeah.
And speaking of the beach, you're one that could really use a drone out there when you're on the lake.
Right?
Yeah, as you're out there doing your streaming, you could send a drone around, and we could really get a good view of the area. That'd be nice,
But
especially because it's so
Lake's
beautiful
too
there.
safe. It's just I need to attach the camera better. But being actually out in the ocean is really something else. I've got to start videoing that shit, man.
Yeah, it is. If the water's, if you can handle the water. I know here I'm in California, and it's warm in some areas and cold in others. So depending on where you're at.
But see, I've never surfed. I've never been. Well, I've been to Cali once, but I never surfed even then. But just
the most basic. They call it poor man surfing. Just bobbing, just being far out enough that when you get those big waves, if you're not careful, you're going to get a mouthful of salt water. Just trying to time it right so you jump up, so you're trying to crest the wave, keep your head above water. That's like basic. It's like surfing for idiots. That's what Cockney surfing. That's what that is.
Well, I used to I did the same when I was in California, and I never learned how to surf. But when I was young, I was foolish. I would swim out as far as I could until I could barely see the seashore from a distance because I'm a very good swimmer. Until I learned about riptides, and then I learned don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to get pulled out on the rip. They do happen. That's why even walking out, so no more than neck deep, you can get almost pulled out on the rip. Be careful, folks.
Yeah, look at this. This is another live cam.
Nice, beautiful.
It's a live cam, Bill. Where from?
Yeah. You can find it on the tube.
It's like an aquarium.
If you tune in.
No. This is the ocean. This is the ocean.
Oh, somebody has cameras down there, huh?
Have you seen Boba Fett? No, it's rubbish. Is it? I don't know. What do you think?
The fat guy with the little suit. His armor's like really tiny. It makes no sense. Why didn't they hired a fatter guy to play Boba Fett? Why didn't they make the armor larger to cover the parts of his body that are supposed to cover? It doesn't make any sense. He looks like a guy who doubled and tripled in size wearing the same suit, and it's overstretched. It just doesn't make sense.
No pop culture. Snap out of it. You're chasing the train, not the Boba Fett conversation.
Because it's not canon. It's not canon. It's not canon.
It is.
If you watch the channels, it is.
49. It's not canon.
I totally agree. I think canon's dead.
Fire it out.
Star Wars, Marvel, all that in our lifetimes, it'll be owned by Disney. I think it'll be if it's ever owned by another company finally comes along and buys it out. I think that will be after we're already shuffled off this mortal coil.
Well, put it this way, I don't know what you think, son of a red shirt, but I'm thinking back in the old days, there may have been a time where the sound of the Book of Boba Fett, that's something I want to get into. But no, these days, quite frankly, I'd rather read this. Dispatches from Hell, a book about the war in Chechnya. There you go. That's my Boba Fett right there.
Sounds more exciting.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting read.
It's not rated G, right? It's not rated G for 5 and under.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta peer right into the dark heart of humanity, see what's going on.
Interesting. But the whole Boba Fett thing, the one thing I do find curious, well, actually, this is kind of a silly thing to say, I suppose. I mean, Tamara Morrison never was Boba Fett, ever.
With Jango Fett. He's a great actor. He's trying to bring. He's the one asking for less dialogue.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe it's my generation. But Jeremy Bulloch.
Thank you. Yes, he is Boba Fett.
Even if they didn't use his voice, and so Billy Bob, whoever Peter Serafinovich, no, that was Darth Maul. Who was the original voice for Bob? I know it wasn't Jeremy Bulloch, but I don't know who it was. I admit it.
Well, the guy had 4 lines in the whole movie. I'm not being exact, but he didn't have a lot of lines.
Oh, you're over exaggerating.
He doesn't make
he had
it.
2.
Yeah, mate. It is something like 4 lines. That's the genius of it. He's the last person you want to make us. He's making a series about Boba Fett is everything that's wrong with Star Wars today. We don't want to know. It's the air of mystery. I mean, we didn't want to know with Han Solo.
Hey, Paul.
Trilogy, but I don't want to know how he got his name. So, Han, which I know, we'll call you Han No Mates.
Or walking around getting his ass kicked by everybody and making friends. He gets his butt kicked and then apologizes to the people kicking his butt. So there you go.
Even when I'll take another person that survived death, Darth Maul. I'll take Darth Maul returning. That went somewhere, didn't it? But not voiced by Peter Serafinovich. How fucking dare you? It's meant to internal cinematic, very canonical, very similitude. You don't get the voice from the cartoons. You fucking Muppets, Disney.
Yeah, I gotta say, I went into Boba Fett with my hopes up. I like the character, I like the mystery, and as a kid, truthfully, guys, I mean this. For me, Star Wars begun to die the second I saw him just fluke slapped into that Sarlacc pit. That was the beginning, and
preach, brother.
And if there was a nail into the coffin of that movie, I thought they were cute. I'm not arguing that, but the idea that like a planet of teddy bears was going to be what took down the Empire in the end. That to me, that's when Star Wars begun to die.
Yes.
For me personally.
Well,
as a kid, there was a Marvel comic book that answered what happened to Boba Fett. And he had blasted his way out of the Sarlacc pit using his backpack or whatever. Again, I was like 13 or something when I read this. I can't remember how, maybe 15 or something when I saw the comic. I thought, yeah, okay, Boba Fett survived, at least in my mind, at least. Didn't make it to the screen, but cool. I did like Boba Fett, even though he was the badass bounty hunter that was trying to get my favorite people killed. But yeah, the Boba Fett, oh my gosh. I feel kind of bad for Tamara Morrison, actually. Because, you know, he must have thought, okay, great. You know, here's a character I sink my teeth into. They're going to bring me back. It's not his fault. He's in his 50s. He's put on a few pounds. He's not in bad shape, but he wasn't that lean bounty hunter that Jeremy, Bullock? McCulloch? You knew his name.
Do you guys honestly think that Boba Fett would be so popular without that jetpack? I think it's all about the jetpack.
You know what? You got a good argument there. That set him apart, definitely.
I disagree. He sucked in Jedi with the jetpack, and he was a badass in Empire without the jetpack. The rests.
I did like the jetpack, though. I like the idea that they got those jetpacks in Star Wars. That was a cute little thing, and they incorporated it into the stormtroopers at one point. There were jetpack troopers in the one of the earlier George Lucas prequel movies. I forget what they called or whatever. Jetpacks, I'm fine with, but what can you do, boys? We're getting old. We're getting.
I like jetpacks as well. I love jetpacks. I was just trying to figure out the difference of, like, let's say Boba Fett and Greedo, right? With, you know, the difference is one had a jetpack, and the other one didn't, right?
Yeah. Well, the armor, the mystique, all that shit, that was cool. The voice, whoever did the voice for him, he had a great voice. But like we were saying, he only had a couple of lines, but you remembered them. Like, he growled those lines at, what if he doesn't make it? He's worth a lot to me. The Empire will compensate you if he dies. Put him in.
Wasn't the voice synthesized?
I couldn't tell you that. But
I'd have to watch again. You know, like Darth Vader's, that was supposed to sound like it was going through some.
And also, what version are you watching? Because if you can get your hands on the original, it's a different voice. They did Tamara Morrison's voice. They put that over it after they did the Clone Wars.
Did? Oh yeah. No, I didn't hear that. But that's, of course, am I surprised? No.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's what can you do? You know what? I'm still watching it. It's not what I hoped it would be. The production values aren't quite there, but maybe it'll turn around. Lots of TV shows need a few episodes to get their footing, or a season.
I'm curious, how many seasons until you finally say, I've had enough? It's not going to get any better.
If I could predict the future, I'd be picking lottery ticket numbers.
Well,
I'm saying is
I'm telling you, it'll be canceled before you make that decision.
You're almost certainly right, buddy, but for right now, the way I'm seeing it, cards on the table, I'm seeing it for free. It's not costing me $1. So
no, I'm saying how long is it
costing me money? I don't know. I honestly think a lot of this came about too to basically, you know, keep Pedro Pascal in line and everybody else. Why would they abandon the Mandalorian series, which, like it or hate it, was much more successful across the board?
Supposedly it's on hiatus right now officially, isn't it? They said it's dead.
Well, dead or on hiatus, yeah.
You know, the firing of Gina Carano was a lot of that, right?
Yeah. And
I had a feeling that she was supposed to be a big part of the next season, the third season, and they fired her, and I think that kind of ruined that.
I am genuinely hoping. Sorry, mate.
No, I was just gonna say, think about this. If the Mandalorian is made for a third season, think about this. They don't have Baby Yoda anymore, and they don't have Gina Carano. That was the two driving points that people tuned into that show for, right? And what I found astounding.
Yeah, you're right, Pop Culture Creator. I mean,
and what I find astounding is the people that are watching Boba Fett. Is it Boba Fett? Yeah. Doom Calkin and some of the big ones. And I still can't believe my ears, but they're actually excited in anticipation, hoping that the last episode of Boba Fett will show a CGI re-rendering of Luke, Leia, and Han Solo and Chewbacca. And they're excited to hopefully see that. I'm thinking, are you guys nuts? Who the hell wants to see that? We don't want to see our characters that we know and love who have long off died. And we don't want to see 3D digital CGI versions that Disney produced. Who wants to see that? And these people are actually excited to see it. And it's like, I think I'm on a different planet now. They're just looking for something else. I don't want to see cameos from dead stars anymore with the horrible face recognition, whatever it is they're using.
Yeah. I was fine with what was that movie, Rogue One, right at the end where they had the actress just for that one scene. Carrie Fisher gets handed the thing,
but it looked fake to the Death Star. Right? But it looked fake, and it had the uncanny valley with the eyes. So
it did look. It wasn't perfect, yeah, but or Peter Cushing, for example.
Correct.
Having that actor and do Peter Cushing. And probably I should have been more offended by that, but it served the story. And Peter Cushing, God bless him, is not with us anymore.
No, but hey, at least his family signed off on it and got a paycheck, which I thought was disgusting.
Right. Well,
but the problem was it's distracting. Don't you think it's distracting? I mean, when you're watching a movie, aren't you thinking, yeah, that's a nice CGI rendition? It's distracting. You shouldn't even notice that it's not a character that's not there. You know, I think the technology is not close enough to be in there.
But if you needed that character for that little thing, you know what? Like I get it. It's a difficult thing to talk about. I'm 100% against CGI recreating Luke, Leia, and Han, or
really? That's the only thing I'd come back for.
I'd probably watch it, but I'm against the idea of like taking people that are gone or dead generally and pushing them into things. If it's just like one tiny scene that makes sense, that forwards it, like Leia being handed the thing and she turns because we know she was on that ship at the time. Okay, they did it with taste. They didn't try to give her big speeches or turn her into a lightsaber wielding sociopath or whatever. She was in OG Star Wars Princess Leia white robe costume, had no real line. Yeah, fine, let it go. And I'm kind of nostalgic for that movie because that was the last movie I saw in the theater with my dad before he passed. I've always given that movie a bit of
oh yeah, that will make a difference.
Yes, it would. I can understand that. It seems like now the way Disney looks at it is, oh my God, it's like jump the shark. Oh my God, our ratings are low. What do we do? Quick, pull out a CGI rendition of a dead character and give them some member berries. That'll fix the show. Rather than hiring good writers and writing a good show with a good plot. Quick, let's come up with CGI of some dead characters that people used to care about. It's like, I mean, seriously, talking about prodding a dead horse over and over. I mean, we have a CGI horse here, a CGI dead horse that they keep shocking over and over. And we have stars like
or Disney horses in space on a starship. Yeah.
But you have
horses.
You heard about William Shatner, where he happily and gladly gave up all the rights to his image. He had his face and body scanned so that even after he's dead, they can use him in the future. So some actors are embracing that.
And you know what? If that's what William Shatner signed off on, whether it's financial or whether it's ego, saying that, I want people to remember.
Yeah. Are you still there?
Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Who?
Son of a
Are you still there, Bill?
Sorry, sir. Son of a red
Yeah,
shirt.
I'm still here. Hello, people. Hello.
Hello, Bill. Nina, are
This
you
is
still
me.
there?
Hello. Hi.
Is Nina still awake?
I believe Nina's gonna be watching TV, and this will be a brief soup tonight.
Are you okay, son of a red shirt? Are you there? Can you hear us? I hope I didn't say something to offend you, sir. I didn't want to cut him off.
I don't think he did.
Oh, we just lost him. He's on an old tablet. He may have lost power.
Yeah, and he says he's got network issues. His Wi-Fi, ain't so.
Bless him.
So
I
good.
wish I could help him. I wish I knew his predicament.
It's not
Wi-Fi router. No, he's like Cockney. They have trouble with their internet when they're at home.
I do, but I'm afraid it's Chelsea now. Cockney's been spaced.
Sorry, Chelsea. Senator Red Shirt in the chat says, I hope my tablet just overcooked and kicked me out. I should have read, shoot, my tablet just overcooked and kicked me out of the panel. Lol. Well,
they can cook. My phone does sometimes.
Same here, right? Not only does it cook it when I'm on StreamYards, but even then it doesn't work right. That's why I've got to figure out how to get my laptop working remotely, which is terrible. I shouldn't have to keep spending more money on technology just to get something simple to work.
Whoa! What did you just knock down, kitty cat? The cat just knocked something down in the bathroom.
The cat climbing in the windows, or
no. That was in the bathroom.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up this soup for tonight because we got more shows coming up later today. And
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
I've got my new show, Greetings Planet Earth, coming up at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Nice.
Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
I will try to make it. I'll be working at that time, but I will try to make it. If not, I'll watch it.
There is no try.
I know, but I had an emergency with my dog this weekend. I got a call that she had blood in her stool. I had to rush home, so I lost a few days of work.
Oh yeah,
so I have to go back early.
Your animals, brother.
Well, I have to go back to work and make up for the days I lost, so that's why I'm going back early this week. So
I see you there, son of red shirt. Do you want to come? Do you want to try to bounce back on?
I don't know if he can. He's saying that he's down in the chat. Wrap it up, put it in the Tupperware and in the fridge for next time, right?
If you want,
so it doesn't spoil. You're good, son of a red shirt. It's all good.
You're good. You're good. Anyway.
And I derivative Jill, thank you. The dog had blood in her stool. It's my Ginger. She's really old. My poodle. She's like 12, 15 years old. And I took her to the vet $1,100 later. Find out she's got pancreas problems. I got a big bag of medicine, and I got to put her on a special diet. But she means the world to me, so I'll spend more on her than I will myself.
Poor baby.
She's very sweet. Yeah, she's my mama. She's a toy red poodle, candy apple red. AKC registered. I paid $1,500 for her 15 years ago.
Is it over? I don't know. Do you want it to be over, Carol? Carol, are you gonna keep me? Do you want to join the stream and keep me company, Carol?
Thank you, Jill.
Oh wow, that sleepy Bill will stay away from Carol's cookies, and who can blame him?
Well, anyway.
Okay, and speaking of that, I'm probably going to be calling it a night as well. I'm going to have some dinner, and I need to get up relatively early tomorrow and prepare to go back to work. I will be talking to everybody on and off this week, mostly from the chat because I'll be from my phone. So don't take any offense if I can join you on your panels.
Don't be offended, folks. He doesn't mean it.
No, we
yeah,
won't. We
there
won't
is.
be offended. We won't be offended. But
Right, and it'll be mostly
I might be a
evenings
little
and
bit offended.
afternoons. I won't be able to during the day because I usually work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, or sorry, Pacific Time. So anything after about 7 or 8 p.m., I can usually join you guys on the chat.
thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jill. I like having a movable background, and it's relaxing.
It is. It's really nice. I like it. And I wanted to say thank you and good night to everyone in the chat, Carol and Carlo and Jill and everyone. Everybody here is so kind. I mean, you guys are like a great group of friends. And thank you, Chelsea.
That's what it's about, brother. That's what it's about,
Amen, brother. Yeah, it's great
Nina,
having
have
you
a
on.
great night.
Thank you for coming on my
You
show
too.
earlier, by the way, Pop.
Everybody, you guys have a great Monday. There's a lot
My
of
pleasure, Cockney.
There's a lot of shows. You can actually find this webcam on YouTube. So if you look under live, you just find it. It's there. So
gotcha.
We'll catch y'all later. Everybody have a great day. Don't have a good day. Try to have a great day. And
try best.
Until next time, we'll see y'all later. Okay, folks.
Bye, Darius.
Thank you so very much. We'll see you later. Bye.
Okay.